Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 55 of Podcast 5 Rings, your source for the enlightenment of video games, tabletop, anime, film,
You can't start laughing. I'm going to start
Each
laughing.
episode of Podcast 5 Rings releases Monday mornings on iTunes and SoundCloud. And talk day by day on YouTube with the full video releasing on Friday. Catch updates about the podcast or for other news. Give us a follow on your social media platform of choice. Listen to the description below. I'm your host, GM, and mute of Podcast of 5 Rings of Obsidian. Joined not by the Dark Fortune Duelist meta.
Are you sure you're not muted this time?
I'm not muted this time. I see my
Welcome
bars
to
going.
episode 55B.
55B.
Or attempt 2.
We're just gonna skip over EA. We already. No one missed anything.
No, you didn't. The short answer was Unravel looked, I think, was okay. Command and Conquer Rivals was a very disappointing reveal.
Yeah. Blah blah blah.
And everything was as expected.
Yeah. The Resident Wildcard Mal. So yeah, we're talking about E3 this week because E3's been going on for the past 4 days. We're gonna get right into it.
Technically, actually just started today.
Yeah. The actually going there and
you
doing
buy
things.
tickets to.
The conferences started on Saturday.
Yes.
So, but we're going to talk about EA first. EA is EA.
We weren't really that interested anyway. I liked the indie games. Meta hated the Command and Conquer reveal.
Yeah. I'm like.
Have you played Command and Conquer before?
Yes. Command and Conquer was a.
I'm not a real-time strategy or whatever.
It was a good series. I mean, RTSs have kind of gone the way of Dodo.
Right.
But Command and Conquer was a cool series. I mean, you had like the two most well-known were like Red Alert, Nod, and GDI. Whatever the hell that was called.
Yeah, Red Alert's the one I know.
Red Alert's the one that knows. There was another one that actually had like forces, which is what actually this one's based off of. Command and Conquer something. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like one force is called Nod, and the other force is like GDI or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this was...
Which is what they based this off of, but then it turns out it's just like a mobile game, and I'm like, you guys could have brought a franchise back that a lot of people actually like. They didn't.
I'm just like, how do you RTS on a? I mean, it makes sense, but I have fat thumbs. I can't RTS on a mobile phone with tiny little hexes.
Well, it's basically you just drag your units onto or points or whatever. But it was not a very large map or anything.
No, it wasn't. It was very King of the Hilly.
But yeah, and then we also got Anthem, a little bit of gameplay.
Yeah, which was something we were looking forward to a lot after it was announced last year.
Yeah, I mean,
and it looks like their version of Division or whatever, which I think, what they showed was like it was about what I expected. What really will matter is the game will live and die on its in-game content, like what keeps you sticking around with your friends every week or whatever.
I mean, it's definitely got the whole Diablo loot system going on for itself, it seems. So
yeah, and I don't know. It looks fun. We were talking about it earlier.
They said there's no PvP at launch.
Oh wow,
either.
okay,
yeah,
that's weird.
So
that PvE better be good.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully there's at least like a Destiny level raid or something.
Oh yeah, there has to be, or else the game is just
like the Division
dead
didn't have any like PvE in-game stuff, but it did have its Dark Zone PvP stuff at least.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just like, I mean, like I think the biggest thing was, and then like you knew it from the last game, but I was kind of hoping was a little bit more was that I really had been wishing that this wasn't going to be a class style game. I had been really hoping when they originally showed it that it was going to be more like a mech style game where you really kind of got to choose like a class way and then customized your machine from there, which to an extent you do by just giving it different weapons and whatnot. But
yeah, I mean, it was never going to have the level of customization you want. Like,
no,
the average person, like no one, they're not going to put like more than 8 slots on a character. Like that's.
I don't expect it to be like Armored Core. Like I expect it to be Armored Core as much as I really.
But it's what you want.
It's what I want, but I know that's not what EA was going to do. But I have been kind of hoping that, like,
I mean, they did you could see some amount of customization in them, even though they didn't show it off. Like when they showed the Colossal flying around, like there were a few different loadouts. Like
but I don't know what loadouts mean, like, because loadouts
weapons placed differently in different positions, so obviously that changes based on but we just don't know until they actually show
I think I would like just a depth further than that. Like you could change a little bit of more about like you might choose like a heavyweight, but you might focus a little bit more on like using some options that can.
There's probably going to be skill trees though, or they'll probably each have like skill trees,
sure
like like focusing on the shield or focusing on heavy weapons.
Sure, there will be
for the Colossus.
But I like I said, I wanted a little bit more depth as opposed to class, but we don't know enough to say. We just know that you can have weapons in different spots, and that's great. But I want a little bit more depth than choosing if I want to shoot with my left hand or right hand.
Hey, at least we get 4 classes, and there's 4 of us.
That's
so
true.
There you go.
I'm telling you right now, 4 colossal. That's just what we should do. Just all take the most mechy one.
I want to be the storm, so I want to be storm or colossal. So
I will shoot you out of the sky with my anti-tank rifle.
I just want to fly around and look like Doctor Strange.
Float. Doctor Strange all day.
Yeah, but no, I was getting frustrated because they just would not get to the gameplay. I was like, yeah, we know the story. Yeah. Come on. And just them like, and even not having a whole lot of gameplay to show. What did they say anything about the release date? I can't remember, but I don't think it'll be late. It'll be late 2019 at the earliest.
They said February.
Did they say? Oh, did they say February?
Yeah.
No way.
Another reason why February is so stacked.
There's no way this game's coming out in February.
Dude,
I don't know. They said originally it was coming out this year, and then they delayed it to the end of their fiscal year, basically, which was like March.
There's a lot of games that are coming out like next year.
Yeah, early next year is got a lot going on.
Yeah. You're say goodbye to your wallet.
They're working on
2017 returns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Can I bring a quick highlight over to the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up too.
What was that?
I don't know.
The interview was really awkward.
Yeah, the dude did not. I don't know.
I don't think they rehearsed it really.
A lot of it's hard. Like the developers are not used to like being in front of hundreds of people.
Yeah.
No,
sure.
not. And that's not what I got a problem with. The problem is like,
I was just.
Why did we just get an interview? Why not show?
Because
they shouldn't have said anything.
No, it's one of those things where like sometimes people like to announce games that are like 5,000 years away.
God, like it's Nomura. It's the Nomura syndrome. That's what I'm calling it now. When you decide to announce a game 10 years before it's actually ever going to be released.
You got to cash in on that Star Wars.
Got to build that hype 10 years before it's going to happen.
It's like sometimes it's about managing expectations, but I don't know how much expectations there was on this game.
I don't know either. Like I can't even say anything about it. I mean,
it sounded like this was kind of a known thing. I can't remember who the developer was off the top of my head. If I click this, do I see? No. Oh wait, Respawn. Yeah, people had known Respawn was working on a a Star Wars game, so maybe that's just they finally wanted to at least say,
confirm it. I guess
we are.
Yeah.
And here's what it's called. But
so that was. I mean, that was pretty much E3. I mean, EA.
Yeah, that's E3.
That's all V3.
Later, guys.
Wow, what a lame year.
I did like. I will say Seesaw too.
Yeah, I really like the aesthetic and stuff. I'll probably pick it up.
I might pick that up too. Yeah.
I wasn't super interested in it personally, but
yeah,
it doesn't look necessarily like my cup of tea. So there you go. So
EA
not wasn't
enough edge.
Honestly,
not enough edge.
Exactly. I mean, it was a pretty edgy game. Honestly, it's got a demon chick
with
red eyes and a boat and stuff, but it's about like horror, and it made me think of like being out on the ocean with nothing in sight. You're the only one in a little boat.
Yeah, but, you've already been turned into a monster or whatever. I thought it was interesting.
So, EA, in my opinion, wasn't the worst conference. I didn't have high expectations for it.
Yeah, it's about what I expected, so I didn't really feel like anything in any one way about it.
I feel the same.
I wasn't disappointed. I just wasn't impressed.
Right.
Now, shall we get on to the surprise best, in my opinion, conference?
Really?
I gotta say, this, the group you're bringing up did bloody good.
Xbox, Microsoft. And it was because they showed a lot of the third-party stuff.
Yeah.
So, basically, like, the only IP, centric stuff, at least that I'm aware of, a new Cuphead, DLC, Halo's getting a new game, a new Ori game, Gears
Well, yeah,
5.
Cuphead's not exclusive. You can see the little exclusives if you're on the site I linked.
Thought it was for it and Windows.
Oh, well, maybe that's why then. Yeah, that's what it is.
And Forza Horizon is the other
Yeah.
one. Well, I thought Forza actually looked pretty interesting because it looks like they're making it a little bit more arcadey and a lot less like super realistic racing game. So I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, new Halo games coming out. Obviously, I don't think they've had a release date attached to it.
No. We just know that it's like
No, to be announced. If you click on the thing and it'll flip over and tell you that.
Okay. There's yeah, we didn't see any gameplay or anything like that.
We got some Shadows Die Twice. Finally got more info on that from
Sekiro.
FromSoft.
Yeah, it's the new From Software game that I thought might have been Bloodborne too.
Samurai game number 1.
Yeah, and this is my most hopped game of E3. This is the one I'm most looking forward to.
I'm gonna have a hard time because I really liked Neo a lot.
Yeah. Well, this one seems like it's gonna be less RPG-y.
Yeah, more arcadey.
I think you're only ever gonna have a katana. I don't think you're ever gonna probably switch weapons like in like Dark Souls and Bloodborne.
But you got a grappling hook.
Right. You're what you will be able to switch out are your tools that are in your Karakuri arm. Your little mechanical arm. Because this one's also set in like a fantastical Sengoku period Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean is always a good time.
Yep. Right. So we get ogres and Orochi and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some really cool stuff.
Looks real cool.
Yeah, I think the left hand stuff looks awesome, and it's the same director who did Bloodborne.
Yeah, well, Miyazaki is the president of FromSoft now.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
Right now, it just has a flat 2019 window. So
yeah, no idea when.
Yep. We got Fallout 76, but we already knew
about
that.
They showed more of in Bethesda.
Yeah, we'll talk about that then. Crackdown 3. I don't really care about
delayed again. Like I saw a lot of people are like, I think this game would have just been canceled by now if they weren't afraid of the the blowback or whatever. Like it got delayed at last E3 and then it got delayed right before this E3. Like,
I remember seeing it at last E3 too.
Yeah, it was supposed to be out this year, and now it's out next year.
Yep. Then you got Kingdom Hearts 3.
Well, they also showed Metro in between
also
there,
Metro,
and
Metro,
I want to get that game.
One of my buddies was excited about that.
There was also we jumped
Kingdom
over
Hearts made an appearance at
one of 3 appearances.
I don't know why SE. You know what? We'll wait till we get to it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Square Enix.
We'll talk about
Battlefield 5, Battlefield Royale.
Sea of Thieves got update
with sharks, big sharks.
Yeah, there's the Shark PG that's coming out.
Oh yeah.
We Happy Few, which I'm still seems to be in development, and
it's about to release
August 10th.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually looking forward to that. That's a game I want to play.
Basically, that game kind of got.
It's changed genre.
Yeah, they changed to what people thought it was basically, and they haven't really been like vocal about some of this stuff. So I don't know how it'll end up being once it's complete.
Yeah.
When you watch like some of the development stuff, it really seemed like it was more of a when you watch like people kind of like baiting it and whatnot.
Originally, it was just supposed to be like a more basic roguelike, I think, or something.
Yeah.
But people, I think, really like wanted to see more of the world that they had created, basically. So they've added a lot more story, I believe.
The premise for the game, though, is really, I mean, like, the premise for the game in itself is really interesting. There is a lot clearly going on in the background. It's only natural for curiosity to be like, well, what the fuck's happening over there? Because, like, you have me doing this. That's great. But, like, I want to know what's going on over there.
Clockwork Orange, the game. That's what it makes me think of.
It might be.
We got some PUBG stuff.
Tales,
which I'm hyped about. I was worried for a second because some people were reporting it was only going to come out on Xbox One.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh no! But it's coming out for everything, basically,
not
even Switch, which is probably where I'll get it.
the definitive edition. So
Yeah,
Right.
It's the PS3
Obs
port
can-
that we've wanted
yeah.
forever.
Obs can get his lowly pirate.
Yeah, I need
Yep.
my lolly pirate. I need her. the Division 2.
yeah, it came.
which was also shows up at Ubisoft and more.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in Ubisoft. I think it actually looks cool. Shadow of the
Microsoft
Tomb Raider.
Studios? Oh wait, no.
Oh, what's the Microsoft Studios was
Yeah,
they acquired
some
someone from
studios.
Sony.
Yes,
They
they
acquired
picked
like
up
3.
studios. Yeah, they picked up studios. That's pretty.
The big one
important.
was what's their name? Is it Ninja Theory?
Yes.
Oh, was
The
it?
one-
Did they
yeah,
really pick
the
up
people
Yeah.
who
Ninja
made Setsuna
Yep.
and Heaven's Sword or whatever. Or,
hmm
Yeah, those games.
I don't know how to feel about that because they also did the DMC reboot, which did not.
Do
do as well.
Yeah, I mean, Setsuna was pretty well received by a lot of
Yeah.
people, and then I think Heaven's
And
Sword
Heavenly
was
Blade
too.
was Heavenly
or
Sword was
Heavenly
not bad.
Blade, whatever it's called.
Whatever it's called. Yeah,
It was like
that game was like
Yeah, people
a
like
God
those
of War.
games.
People did like it. I just don't think it received the recognition that God of War.
No.
No, I didn't. Tomb Raider, we
yep.
can talk about during Square.
Sure.
Session, I don't even remember seeing.
It was a skating
Session-
game, I guess.
It
There's
was
a lot of games in the Xbox one.
It was
Yeah.
really weird. It was like they didn't really show off anything either. It was mostly just a guy rolling around, sometimes doing a kick flip, sometimes just ollieing up and grinding
Yeah.
on a rail. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, well, maybe show us like, what entails in Session a bit. And then it's just like, no, that's it. I'm like, okay, all right. It came and it went. That's what it was.
Yep. Black Desert's coming to Xbox, which is kind of crazy because it's a somewhat obscure MMO.
It's an MMO. Yeah.
known
No,
for its like
it's
character
action
customization
MMO.
Options. more than
It's an
anything.
action MMO too, so
Yeah.
it'll actually translate very well over to a controller.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the most important thing of all, Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah.
Go on, rant about it.
I actually had mixed feelings on it because when this first screen, I kid you not, I mean Mal was there. If we had been in voice, I'd have been very silent. But this first screen, I didn't even fucking realize this was gonna be Devil May Cry. I was
Yeah,
sitting there, I'm like,
I got to it quicker than Meta did, and I've never played the games
and I sat there and I'm like, what is this?
because I just started laughing because I knew what it was, and it was not what Meta wanted. It seems.
No, the aesthetics, huge change. It's running on RE7's engine, their RE engine from Capcom, what they ran the new Resident Evil on and whatnot. But they changed like a lot of designs.
Apparently, it's like 10 years after the last one.
I want to tell you right now, I'm being legit here, and I've never had such an existential crisis when it comes to a game before. But
yeah, you were just pretty silent.
It was honestly, it was so jarring because on one hand, it's fucking Devil May Cry 5, it's continuing the story. On one hand, what am I looking at? I don't understand. I ended up actually having to sleep over the night, sleep on it over the night, and then like even the next day afterwards, it took me some time to eventually come to the conclusion.
Eventually in the chat, you're just like, I got it.
Yeah. So I mean, like it took me a while though because the jarring thing was the change of aesthetics and design. Like the characters are a far more realism design. They've kind of dropped the whole anime motif to that.
Yeah.
Which they never delved super deep into. I mean, it can get way more anime.
It looks slightly
pretty
cartoony
anime.
though, yeah.
It did have some kind of cartoony, and I liked that because it kind of set the tone for what the game was. You shouldn't take it too seriously.
Exactly.
Because 2 is the really dry one, right? That's what I
2
saw
was
people saying.
really dry,
Like,
and it wasn't
really
good.
kind of
Mechanically,
boring.
it even had issues. Not even from like a story perspective. Mechanically, it had issues. Like guns were incredibly good. You could very quickly kill bosses with guns, which made it.
On this one, I saw it looked like Nero was surfing on a sword at one point.
He was surfing on his rocket arm.
Rocket arm. That's what it was. It was on his rocket arm.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of change. There's a lot of things that happened.
Because someone cut off his demon arm.
Yes, it is Virgil, by the way, who did cut off his arm. Yeah. There was like a lot of speculation. I kid you not. I went and I made like, you know what, when you go and you make up like all the lines and like you're trying to create a theory spree. That was me. I was trying to figure out who the fuck was this guy. Is it Virgil? It's got to be Virgil. Hold on a second. Enhance again. Zoom in. And like, it is Virgil. People have already done it, but if you light up the screen and whatnot, you can see like the trademark cuffs on his arm. You can see the face design a little bit and the kind of the curves of corruption on it from storyline shit that you guys probably don't know about.
No.
And even even the clothing, it shows a little bit of the clothing underneath the cloak, in like 2 or 3 frames. That if you slow down and go frame by frame, you can see and whatnot. So yes, it is very much Virgil. It is essentially confirmed without having anybody say it. So there is that. But yeah, the game, the more I've watched it, the music was good. Right?
Yeah.
The combat music, I liked that a lot. The more I've watched it, the more I've come kind of around to it. But I'm just weary. I'm just weary of it because like a part of the game of making kind of fun of what it was and to help people like understand you're not supposed to be taking this too seriously was the design, and this design change makes it look beautiful. I mean the colors and the depth and the detail, absolutely gorgeous. But if you come into this game expecting something super serious, because the game, and they did state this in an interview, Itsuno did state that his like head of the game was like, we want to make a game that really tells you this is like what we can really do, and they went a realism route with it, which,
I mean, it made me interested in playing it.
I mean, I'm sure it'll probably help some people interested in whatnot, and there's definitely
I've never played any of them.
There's definitely notes taken from the DMC reboot for the. They're definitely.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot more of that for a second. That's why when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, Meta's going to be super disappointed."
Very angry, angry. But yeah, it is. That was Nero in the trailer. I think potentially there might be trailers for each of the characters, because we know for a fact that one is named Nero. We know for a fact that Dante is going to show up.
He showed up at the end of the trailer.
He did show up at the end of the trailer.
I mean, and there are like 3. There's
3
Nero's
playable
in the middle, and there's Dante and what I assume is Virgil on the cover.
They call him the only information we know about him is in select information they've given different places, and it requires a bit of scrounging. But he's called the Mysterious V, which you would make you think Virgil, but he looks nothing like.
Oh yeah, now that I pull it up, it doesn't actually look like Virgil. He's got black hair.
Yeah, he's got black hair. He's got tattoos on his arms, and we think maybe off to the side of his weapon is his weapon on his right hand, whereas Virgil always carries his left hand because he always keeps sheathed, draws the blade with the right. So we're not sure who the hell he is, and apparently his mechanic is very different from both Dante and Nero, which means that it's probably not Virgil, because Virgil is more similar to Dante and Nero.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Comes out Q2, or at least that's what we got for right now. So you'll get to see soon enough, Meta.
Next year,
I'm sure we'll get some more stuff. We'll probably get some more trailers here soon.
Gamescom, they'll have it on the floor. It'll be demo and playable, so we'll see more information drop then.
Yep. So we got a Cuphead DLC that I think is adding a new character. If they do 3 play, Miss Chalice or whatever.
That game with 3 players would be amazing.
Yeah, it would. I hope it becomes 3 players, because I'd love to play it with my roommates.
I would love it. I would love if they've added a 4th character, because I would have loved to be able to get 4-player co-op.
It would be insane, and you would never beat a level.
Oh no, never not. But it would be fun as crap.
Yeah. Tunic looks adorable. It's a little
showed it
Fox Zelda
last
game.
year, I think, but they've rebranded the name or whatever since then, because I think before it was just like Fox spelled weird or something. I can't remember.
It might have been,
Dying Light 2, which
it actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah, a lot of people really like Dying Light 1. So
Dying Light 1 was a fun game. I've played it. I unfortunately never finished it.
Same.
I don't know.
As far as I mean, I'm someone who is really not into zombies, but I still played it and enjoyed it.
I mean, the parkour is fun when you start to get to do. I think the only downside of the game was that even later levels, as you're leveling your character up and whatnot, there's not a lot like that changes. Like the game mechanics that you start with and the game mechanics that you start with don't change a lot, which is unfortunate. So even though you feel like you've unlocked a new move, it doesn't feel all that great to have that.
Yeah, I remember not really caring about most of the upgrades.
Yeah. I mean, there's like one that's like, oh, now you can perform a 360 whirlwind attack with heavy weapons. And I'm like, great, that's riveting gameplay. Couldn't I do that in like Skyrim in 2008? So, hopefully Dying Light 2, it improves.
People seem excited about it. So
they made a big deal about like the branching storylines. So I mean, usually those things end up being way overhyped, but I'm curious to see what they could do with it.
We got Just Cause 4.
Which also shows up
in Square, I believe.
Later. Yeah.
I've never played any of the Just Causes games.
Me either.
So I don't even know what they're about. I'm not really super interested in it.
They're like they're over the top action games almost.
Yep.
I think.
Gotcha.
Like
They're
Michael
very much
Bay
over the
action
top.
games.
Yeah, they're very much over the top. You like, there's a lot of people who do silly stuff. They essentially kind of made this physics engine and then said, like, let's just give it to people and see what they can do with it. And that's really what this whole game is based.
Yeah,
the guy was
lots of
driving into a
explosions.
tornado. So.
Yeah, that's the big thing about this one is they added all the weather effects.
Yep. Now you can have blizzards and tornadoes and dust storms and, I don't know, really humid sunlight.
Mhm.
I assume you'll just start to complain during that weather.
We got 3 Gears of War games announced.
Gears Pop?
Gears Pop.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
right out. No.
Why is that a thing?
I mean, I'm surprised it took this long for a pop game. I mean,
Exactly.
are there any others?
Not that I
don't
know
know.
of.
Not that I'm
But
aware
I'm
of.
also surprised it's only one franchise. You would think they would just make a pop game like
Lego or whatever.
Lego, yeah, where you just can have a bunch of things in it.
You would think they would have chosen like a more kid-friendly one too, because that's clearly what this is
Right.
going to cater to. And you would think they would have chosen like something like maybe Avengers or something like that.
Yeah, something that the kids aren't going to go, what else can I play in Gears? And then get, MA games.
Exactly.
Gears Tactics came
Yeah,
next.
basically XCOM, which I think makes a lot of sense for these kind of games, honestly.
Yeah.
XCOM
When I
did
saw
well.
that, I was like, yeah, exactly. It fits totally.
XCOM did well, and I am forever glad to see any tactics game come out nowadays.
Yeah.
It's very depressing to see like those kind of games kind of go to the wayside. One day, Final Fantasy Tactics 2.
And then there was
keep
Gear
bringing them
5s.
Which looks like they're going the the serious story route.
Yeah.
Which
I
I mean,
mean,
some people will probably like that. I mean, I
It's
don't
always
really
been
care
kind
about
of
the Gear story.
serious.
I don't. It's not like that though.
I don't know.
thought
I've
that-
played
I thought-
one. I've played
played
all.
one.
I've won 1, 2, 3, and some of 4,
Yeah.
and it didn't really seem that out of place.
Played 1 through 3. It seemed melodramatic to me, but it's been a long time since I played those games. I more wanted to see gameplay, which we didn't get to see any of.
I mean, it's Gears. I don't think they're
Yeah.
going to change anything drastically.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna
I just
say.
want to know stuff about multiplayer modes because that's what I like about Gears
We
of
have
War.
now
To be
added
honest
a
with
new
you,
gun, the machine gun crossbow.
Me and my friends were for a summer addicted to Gears of War 2's horde mode. So I love Gears multiplayer. It's like my favorite Xbox.
I do remember
Title.
that they did set the trend for adhesive walls. So
Yes.
and
Yeah.
chest high
Chest high
Cover.
walls. Yes.
Yeah,
just like cover and stick into
Third-person
walls
cover
like
shooters.
they're glue.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
that bow feels so good. That's when you headshot people with it. But all right, so that's
can we
Gears.
rate
We
it
don't
the
really have a
next
lot
thing?
to say about it. Next, we got Cyberpunk.
Nobody cares about that. Jump Force was next.
Shut up.
Jump Force is the best game of E3.
Best
like
game of
objectively.
E3.
Cyberpunk 2077 was showed.
Yeah,
I am
It
really
looks
looking
cool.
forward to Cyberpunk
the
2077.
trailer was awesome.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was
And
such
now
a
I'm just
beautiful
sad I'm
trailer.
not
A
gonna
lot
be able
of
to
people
play it.
are not happy with it, actually.
Really?
What?
A lot of people are like, this isn't Cyberpunk. It's
Yeah.
too colorful.
What?
I actually liked that they
It was
showed it
shown
off.
during the day.
I actually liked that
because
they showed it during the day.
I think the devs were like, yeah, and it's called a day-night cycle.
Well, not only
It's
that,
gonna be daytime playing.
I don't understand what people think Cyberpunk is. If you look up images of Cyberpunk,
And
then
some
you're
people
going
thought
to...
it was like generic
they wanted it to be Blade
futurism.
Runner.
I was like, no.
I mean, you just look up
Whereas this
images
is more-
of Cyberpunk stuff.
This is more Shadowrun.
Yeah.
Right? It's like what I think of. And it looks
I-
cool. It looks awesome,
I-
but they said it
I
was
mean,
going
yeah,
to be
I
first
need
person.
gameplay.
So I can't. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna be
you
able to
can't
play
play
it.
I
I'm like-
really want to see the gameplay though.
I want to see the gameplay too, but I'm sorry, I'm hung up on this. Like, what is Cyberpunk to people? If you literally type in on Google search right now, Cyberpunk, you know what's gonna come up? Tons of colorful shit. I don't
People think
understand
it should all be
it.
dark and gritty.
What? What?
Yeah,
no,
no,
they're
no,
wrong.
just
I'm
saying.
saying this right here, right now. They're all wrong.
The guy who like basically invented Cyberpunk tweeted out that it didn't look very cyberpunk. So
Well, he's also wrong. Just like the guy who says GIF is called
right,
pronounced
yes,
GIF. He's
the
also
author
wrong.
is a thing.
Hey, if I say I like it and it's bright and stuff, then
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think-
I
I think-
love the trailer. I just need to see the gameplay.
Yeah.
I think it's. I honestly, personally, like,
It got revealed 5 years ago. It's like, come on.
Oh, you're gonna have to wait another 2 years before you see
Probably.
the trailer looks wonderful. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
I love the
forward
world
to
they're
the
creating.
design, the aesthetics, how everything just came together.
It looks great.
It looks really good. And I'm actually, it seems like they hinted at this in the trailer, but you can even cybernize yourself and whatnot and switch out parts. That's
Probably, yeah.
so cool.
Well, from the first trailer, it seemed very because it showed a police force responding to a cybernetic threat or whatever, and then she ends up and then it flashes forward and she's in the police force chopper or whatever, responding to a call. So
Chopper.
it made me think you're probably going to play on that or be part of that force or something as a cybernetic user or whatever yourself.
Possible.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I want more info to drop about this game. I really want to learn more.
I don't know if we will see anything until next E3 probably. I don't
know
if Microsoft has a big thing they do.
I mean, some things have they've announced some details of what the game how they said it's going to be first person. They've been releasing some details, and there's going to be a gear based reputation. Well, not exactly reputation. Well, I guess it was street rep or whatever. As you can equip stuff to get more street rep or something like that. It's they described it in mechanical terms and it didn't sound great, but it'll probably work seamlessly.
Mechanical street cred.
Well, it's equip this jacket and get 5% more street rep, which was a bit bland, but I'm sure it'll be just RPG mechanics that won't really matter once you start playing the game.
All right, let's get on to the most important game of the whole conference, Jump Force.
Jump Force. Jump Force. That was the most important game.
We just got one of these a year and a half ago. Something like this anyway. A jump crossover fighting game, yeah. Shonen Jump All-Stars or something like that.
Jump All-Stars has kind of been a series for a while now.
I was going to say, I know there was Victory Force something or other.
They have done these things, but they have never really made a big deal about it. They certainly never showed up at E3.
Yeah, definitely never westernized.
This is the first time we've seen one at E3, so this will be...
And they showed things that people would really probably know over here. They focused on, One Piece, Naruto, and DBZ.
Yeah. And then at the end, we got a Light Yagami.
Right, and it looks like it plays one of those 3D fighters,
old school Budokai, baby.
Right, Budokai or the Ninja Force or whatever they're called games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have 8 characters right now.
I'm hoping for
All Might.
All Might or Deku or My Hero.
I'm hoping that they also do the ones that aren't as talked on as much about, some of the smaller.
I'd like to see JoJo, Fist of the North Star.
I saw a lot of JoJo requests.
Yeah, I would like to personally, as a personal one, I'd like to see Rurouni Kenshin just because I like Rurouni Kenshin. It'd be also interesting to, I think. There's another one. I can't remember, unfortunately. There's
Bleach.
Yes,
Bleach
should have been one. It would have probably been shown as well. I'm thinking they just didn't want to show everything underneath the sun, but Bleach would be a good one to show as well.
There's a lot.
I'm surprised they didn't show. I'm being facetious here, but the oh my god, now I can't remember the name of the manga anime. With the Waifu Wars. Onodera and Nisekoi.
Wars.
You want to talk about popular Shonen Jump? There you go. You have Chitoge and what's her name? The best girl who I can't remember, Onodera. And there you go. That's the real battle. I want to see that battle play out.
I want to see. Beelzebub. I'd like to see.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Bakuman.
I'd like to see Yusuke, Urameshi, and them.
I mean, the jump games have generally had an ass load of the roster, and they've never really left anybody out. They've only continued to expand because they have more anime and manga that they can pull from to add in.
Right.
So, I mean, I think even the most recent one had all the people we're talking about, and then added in extras as time just goes on. So we're likely to see two possibilities. Jump Force focuses mostly on the mechanics and trying to get really good characters down, or it tries to bring a lot of people in, or it goes for the gold and does both.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to go with 2 characters from most of the titles at least starting out. So
Yeah,
Maybe.
probably.
all right.
Battletoads.
Yeah, that was
Battletoads. We got an
Didn't
announcement. They're
expect
just making a new one.
Sure.
That's all we
Did not
know
expect
about it. It's not rare.
Yep.
ID at Xbox.
Xbox?
That was indie games.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just all indie games.
Yeah.
Some of them looked okay.
Yeah, I think we saw some of them peppered throughout the conference too.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
Sable.
stood out.
Yeah, there wasn't
I think,
really any.
unfortunately.
Sable is the only one I think I wanted.
I think there was the new Meat Boy game that was also shown as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which he can punch things now, I guess. I don't know.
I've never played it.
Hyper Universe. I don't even remember what this is.
I don't remember at all.
It looks like MOBA according to this.
It is, yeah.
2D
2D MOBA
MOBA.
combat. Weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
They talked about their Game Pass.
Yep, which is a good idea.
It's a good idea. That's actually probably
Yeah.
one of the better ideas.
I mean, they've been doing it. It's only a matter of time before everyone else gets on it. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
well, like,
you're absolutely right. It's only a matter.
Yeah, PS3 has their like PlayStation Now or whatever, but it's not very good.
No.
Or PlayStation in general. I think it's in PS3.
And then
It's got
finally,
some-
go on
yeah,
now.
they closed. Oh no, nothing. It's nothing.
It's a good idea. We're gonna see other people eventually copy it. I mean,
Yeah.
a dollar for access to essentially games. Really.
Yeah.
And then Near Automata
Yeah,
becomes
weirdly they
God's
closed
Edition.
on Nier or
Yeah.
Become God's Edition.
Yep.
I mean, it's not a bad one to close on though.
No,
truth be
but it
told.
wasn't like
It's-
anything new. So
right.
Maybe the
Well,
game
I think
will finally
that's
go on
probably
sale.
I think that's probably why they wanted to close on it. It wasn't anything new.
The base one, and I'll play it.
the base one's been on sale.
I know. I just keep missing it every time it goes on
Yeah.
sale.
It's really good.
Yeah,
So
I know.
good.
I
It's
don't
got an
wanna pay
amazing
full for it.
soundtrack, an amazing story.
I know.
It's so good.
Ugh. So yeah, that was Microsoft. I thought
It
they
was
were the best
pretty
one of the conference, personally.
I have to say, yeah. It's,
Just-
I mean, it was
really
just
hard
trailers
to,
for the most part.
Yeah, it was lots of third party stuff, which is the stuff that I most wanted to see, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's what I want to see from Xbox, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Sony's first party is just on a different level than Microsoft's.
Oh, they are for sure. And normally Sony would have a decent chunk of these, but I think the reason Microsoft had a bunch was because Sony chose to do their conference the way
Right.
they chose to do it.
Yeah.
So,
And I mean, a lot of these are going to be on PlayStation anyway.
yep. So I mean, it's not like we're talking a whole lot of exclusives here. So, but even so, I'm judging it on what was shown, and I thought they did the best. So
I have to say, like, just a lot of the stuff that was shown in here, probably did as well. A lot of things that they just showed were.
yeah. All right. The next two are my least favorite. The first one is Bethesda. But I think I talked about this last year. I don't.
You can't
I'm
play
not big.
Bethesda games, basically.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Bethesda games because I can't really play them because they're all first-person games.
I'm gonna just say, like, just the two things that immediately stand out about this: Doom,
Yeah.
just Doom.
Ned was
I
wanting
have been.
Doom. He was
I
wanting
knew
a
it was
sequel.
coming. I knew because I can't remember whatever guy dropped the hint on, but he said, like, right now it's just kind of hell on earth for us, so we're doing a lot of work. And I'm like, that is a hint for Doom. We are getting it, boys. E3, here we come.
That would have
Yeah.
went over my head.
They talked about their Legends or their card game, which I mean, I guess they're relaunching or whatever.
Yeah.
That seemed like a good sign.
We got
and
to
then
see
the
Andrew
newest-
WK.
Yeah,
That was fun. No.
they're doing the newest, or they showed off their newest Elder Scroll Online expansion, and then we got Doom.
Rage 2, which was leaked ahead of time.
Well, yeah, they talked about that. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That was probably actually one of the great ways to start that intro, where they literally just kind of slapped Walmart and said, like, ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Rage 2. That looks really fun.
I didn't play the first Rage.
I didn't either, but this isn't supposed to be like the first one. It's supposed to be good.
Ow.
Wow. I mean, to be fair, though,
I think even the
first
devs
one,
were like, "We're actually going to have a real ending this time," because apparently the ending of Rage 1 is just bad.
Rage did have a lot of problems with it. I remember that being very specific. For what little I read on it, I remember reading that Rage did have had a lot of problems, and it was not the game that But that doesn't matter because, I mean, why would you play Rage 2 when you have Doom Eternal? I'm just going to come back to this because Doom, let me tell you, I am ready.
I haven't played Doom, the newest Doom.
You're dead to me.
I can't play it.
Yeah.
Or probably
I heard it's really good, and I have watched it streamed.
It honestly, like, on a more serious note, like, Doom is... If there's ever a time a reboot could have happened and been done right, it really is Doom. Although, technically, Doom even isn't really a reboot. They kind of... It's a reboot, but they kind of took like the lore and story from like the first games that actually came out for Doom and kind of changed it a little bit and sculpted around. Which if you actually play the game and read it up, the lore, like I did, because I couldn't get enough of Doom, so I was like, I even have to know what happened in the past. They actually do reference a fair amount of things, even if it is changed around to fit more of what that do. But it is a good game, very fast paced, wonderful. I mean, if you've watched,
I'm surprised we got a sequel so fast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it came out in 2016.
It feels like it was only last year to me.
I know. Doom came out in a very quiet year, I think.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's probably right then. About 3 years before we'll see it.
I can't believe they're doing Quake Champions. I'm surprised. Quake is. I mean, I know Quake is still going strong. I just didn't expect like.
Well, it's still in like beta or whatever.
Yeah,
it hasn't officially released.
Yeah, I'm surprised Quake was still going on. I thought Quake was a series that kind of died, but
well, they announced it last year.
I never knew. I've never heard. This is actually my first time hearing it. So they did.
Yeah, I think they announced it at last E3, and then they have their QuakeCon or whatever now that they will, I think, show more off.
And then Prey is getting a new thing, Moon Crash, which I like. Cool. I like the idea that if there's the new game mode, which I really think is the biggest thing you're going to get to draw from, is that it's a asymmetrical, like I think 5v1 or 4v1, where 4 people or 5 people play as like
hide and seek.
Yeah, and then there's one human character who's trying to kill him. And I mean, hide and seek is hilarious already, but when you get to change into daily objects, which there are already mods for in I can't remember what it's called. I think there's another game out there that kind of does the same concept where you just play hide and seek as you look like an item and you try to hide around. Those kind of games are hilarious when you play with friends. They are legit funny. New Wolfenstein, or was it updates?
It's a DLC.
DLC.
It's it's like 10 years later or something.
It's his twin daughters.
Yeah. So they have co-op in this one.
Yep. Speaking of co-op, Fallout 76. Everyone was doubting Jason Schreier's reporting when he said this was going to be a multiplayer-focused game.
Yeah. The rumor that had called the name had said it before even he had.
Yeah, but everyone was like, they would never do that. And here we are.
Which is funny, too, because I remember specifically when Fallout 3 came out, I remember reading on message boards and crap about people saying it would have been really cool if they got a multiplayer. But now that it comes out with multiplayer, Fallout 76, I'm seeing
only multiplayer.
I know that's an issue for a lot of people. It's only multiplayer, which is a fair counterpoint. But I'm seeing a lot of people also just hate the fact that there's multiplayer in general.
Yeah, I thought they said you could play it by yourself.
You can, but there still might be forced multiplayer. Like you don't have to team up to complete the story. Is the meaning of you can play it by yourself.
Yeah, I gotcha.
You will still always have to be online, and I don't know. Like if you could make your own server for only you and your friends, then that would solve a lot of people's problems. But they also said you'll never see a server list. So my biggest issue is going to be the griefing, like how that'll work. Because like if there's no point in me setting up a base, like why am I going to want to do it then? And then I know a lot of people also don't like the fact that there aren't any human NPCs. Like every human you see will be an online player.
Mm-hmm.
Which it doesn't like the lore of the idea is that you come out of Fallout.
Right, you're the first humans emerging.
Yeah, the first coming out. But apparently everybody you're also facing is from Vault 76.
Right.
So like even lore wise, for some reason, everybody in Vault 76 just got out and there's like, let's just kill each other. And I'm like, why? You were all living with each other for like 25 years.
I like the West Virginia setting.
Yeah, I think
the game looks pretty.
I want to play the game. I do too. I got to see.
I do too a lot.
Griefing is like the biggest thing for me. The griefing aspect, like they included a way to like nuke people, so which is very not like lore friendly. Like I mean, they definitely are taking you know,
Liberties.
not it as necessarily as serious.
Well, that I was gonna say is like it's technically lore friendly. I think at both in Fallout 1 and in 2, you can literally fire a nuke to solve your problem at the end of the game. It's just that in those games, it had a lot more impact to what that choice meant.
Yeah, but this being like a multiplayer game, like that everyone's gonna be able to get to fire nukes. There's gonna be like hundreds of nukes flying around.
Hopefully, it's not a very common occurrence, and I'm kind of taking the opinion that it's probably not going to be. And I would assume that that's what they want to do as well. Is they're like it's not super common.
It's also they said it was only gonna be like a few dozen people that you can ever that per instance or whatever. So it's not like you're going to be seeing hundreds of people. Like it's a map 4 times the size of Fallout 4, designed probably like maybe 36 or 48 people or something.
From what I read on one review, they also say that like the idea of coming across people is a bit more akin to like DayZ or something, where it is it's a pretty much rarer occurrence, and that you'll generally be dealing with the world around you and coming across.
Yeah, they had a lot of cool looking creatures.
Yes, a lot of them are pulled from like
from West Virginia,
like folklore and whatnot, which I love. Great. So
yeah, it's cool.
I want to see more. I'm not like there are a lot of people that are just really upset about it, and it's like it was too soon for Fallout 5 anyway. Like this is a spin-off.
I think the biggest issues really come down to is that the idea that it's essentially forced multiplayer, and that it's always on. I think those are the two biggest problems.
Yeah,
that's just an issue with this game.
Next is my favorite.
Fallout.
Skyrim very special edition. This actually became a thing.
I thought it was a meme. Good. Not only aware of the meme, but they memed it themselves.
Right. It was hilarious.
I've already seen videos of people playing with their Alexa.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they actually released the app too.
Yeah, they did release it, so you could actually play with Alexa. That's actually very funny.
Attack with weapon. Weapon is not effective. Cast a spell.
You're out of MP.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I love
How many cheese wheels do I have? 463.
Yeah.
All the cheese.
Fallout Shelter.
Yeah, they moved after that. They moved into their mobile games.
Yeah,
with Fallout Shelter, and then their new one, Elder Scrolls Blades.
Yep.
Fallout Blades, not Fallout Blades. Elder Scrolls Blades.
It's all the same.
They're all the same. Elder Scrolls Blades looks.
I mean, it looks kind of cool for what it is.
It looks good for a mobile game. That was
not the words I was going to use. But sure.
Like graphically, it looks impressive.
Graphically, it looks fine for a game and whatnot. I do like the fact that they actually went their time though to make sure that you played in portrait, which I thought.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think the biggest flaw in their like the joke was like, so you can play it in a meeting and whatnot, and I said like, biggest flaw with that is that if you have your phone out and you're looking at the phone in a meeting, you might be losing your job soon.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure they were just joking.
Yeah, they were probably joking about it, but.
Don't spoil my secret, Meta.
My secret captain. I'm always playing games.
The last 2 games they talked about are ones that will not be coming out anytime soon.
No, this was one of those managing expectations reveals.
Yeah, Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, because these are both. Well, Starfield was kind of like an awfully kept secret. Like the name and like what it was had kind of leaked like a while ago.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of more of like, yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah, here it is. We're working on it.
And then also, yes, we're working on Elder Scrolls 6.
2021.
Well, yeah, they called both of these next-gen games, so I assume they're not going to be on the PS4.
No.
I got
the Xbox One.
I got to admit, like, freaking Starfield has got me interested.
Yeah, I'm definitely
the Elder
into
Scrolls style
Bethesda
type thing.
sci-fi game.
Yeah, I mean, I love traveling stars and spaceships, so...
Mm-hmm. I'm just sad that it's gonna not be out until PS5 or whatever.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. Which is
the Xbox One XS Box X.
Yeah, I don't know what they're.
Who knows what they're gonna call it?
Actually, they did talk. What was it? Phil Spencer or whatever, the guy who is usually leading the Xbox conferences and stuff, did talk about that with someone in an interview, and they said it's going to be out in 2020 and it's going to be a family of devices is their next gen console.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Whatever a family of devices means. People have taken it a few different ways, but like maybe they're going to have the cheap and expensive version out of the gate
Yeah.
Possibly.
So, yep, that's Bethesda.
Yep.
I don't know if they needed a whole conference for everything they did, but yeah.
I mean, it was certainly better than a certain other developers' own conference. And I mean, for me, you don't like Bethesda, but for me, this was way better than EA. I'm gonna play quite a few of these games probably.
We're not there yet.
Yeah. EA is just better because I'll at least play one of those for me. So yeah, like
whereas, I might play one of the EA games, and I'll probably play quite a few of these games.
Yeah. Next we got Squeenix.
Well, technically, there was a Devolver Digital conference.
Yep, I was gonna say, and the only thing you need to really care about.
Even watch it.
The only thing you need to care about was that Metal Wolf Chaos is coming to America.
They're finally bringing Metal Wolf Chaos, the most American game, to America.
The only reason they never released that game to us is apparently because they thought it was too racist, and possibly so. But I was going to say, like, when I first saw that game, I was like, why is this not in America? This is
it had English voice acting.
It did.
Or it has. I mean, it still has it.
It feels very animated.
It does.
It's from the makers of Armored Core and Bloodborne, and Dark Souls or whatever.
Is it From Software?
Yeah, it's from Software originally. These guys are just, bringing it
basically
remastering it, I guess.
Localizing it, but not really localizing.
From Software just designed this game to test out some other thing they wanted to put in a main game, and it kind of just did this off to the side.
It was not like a main project for them.
Yeah. It was all meant, like, this game, the Metal Wolf Chaos was designed for nothing more than to see if they could utilize some new technology and get better with it before implementing it into actual game. So, but it's coming. I'm going to play the crap out of it so I can fight Richard.
All right.
And then we got
Squeenix.
The most disappointing conference.
I mean, it kind of was a little bit, I thought.
Yeah, like there was almost no point to this conference.
Pretty much. That's why. I mean, it was only half an hour long. Everyone wanted to see Final Fantasy Remake, and they didn't show it.
Right.
I knew they probably weren't going to show it.
Most everything they showed had been shown already.
Yeah, we already knew
stuff. They had either shown it or they at least announced it, and we knew about it already, or it wasn't technically shown.
We had Shadow of the Tomb Raider showed at Xbox.
Yep. It's a new Tomb Raider game. It looks pretty much like the
I mean, if you like the previous one, I'm sure you're gonna like this one.
It was fun. We already knew about Under Moonlight for Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, I mean that's actually been out for, I would say, a number of weeks now.
Yeah,
the release date shows May 18th.
So it's been out for a little bit of while.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't even remember this awesome Adventures of Captain.
It's a Life is Beautiful or Life is Strange.
Life is Strange.
Right.
It's a new step into Life is Strange.
I see.
It's
in that universe or whatever.
Yeah, it's a step into that universe. They designed it kind of as a way to get you introduced to it, as well as to kind of bring you into like essentially the next Life is Strange game. So,
right.
Yeah.
And then we saw Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest 11
since last year, but
I just want the game.
The localized version.
Yeah.
Which,
there's like 3 of these are just like showing me things that are near that I want. So there you go. It's like, you got the carrot dangling in front of my face.
Fall was like the only thing that like interested me.
It's the new game, and it's the
and it's an RPG by Platinum. This is
I'm actually super excited for Babylon's Falls because I even liked the intro where like it just went over history.
Yeah, it looks
and,
fucking awesome.
So much lore and so much shit going down, and I'm like, what is this?
At first we thought it was a Evilise game.
I legit thought they were like doing another Final Fantasy Evilise, and I was like,
people that look like they're from Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's all over.
I'm very curious.
I want to see more, and Platinum Games has done wonderful things. So
this is what they've been hinting at when I think Taro was talking about it
possibly
at some event. They said, "Oh, we're doing a medieval game," and then when I realized it was Platinum, I was like, "Oh, it's that game they were talking about." So there you go.
But we haven't seen any gameplay yet. So
no, we haven't. So looking forward to that on the horizon. It's got 2019 window right now. Octopath Traveler, I want to play the shit out of it. It's almost
it's
here.
coming soon anyway.
We're getting a demo in 2 days with all the
They
characters.
showed more of this
I
at
will
the
be
Switch
very much playing
or the
that
Nintendo
demo.
one.
Yeah, I might actually stream the demo when it
That
comes
is,
out. So.
I haven't played the demos yet, so I need to play this.
Well, if you're gonna stream it, and if I'm there, I might as well. I'll just watch you stream it instead of playing.
Yeah, I'll just do the same thing.
There you
Although I'll
go.
probably
We'll
be
do
playing
it. I'll pick my waifu, and then we can go at it.
it.
Just Cause 4, we already talked about.
Yep. The Quiet Man, like almost nothing was shown.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I don't remember what the Quiet Man is. I guess they
looked
were
like he's
successful.
deaf. That's, I think, going to be the hook or whatever, like the gimmick. But that's all I could tell. Like there was nothing really shown.
Yeah.
I don't know. He just he kind of walked up after having bought some lunch, I guess, and they're like, "Hey, you're not in the right spot." And the guy's like, and then they punch him in the face and kicks their ass, and then he's like, left the lunch on their face. I'm like, what was the point of this?
Yeah, they say stuff to him, and then he points to his ears, and then he beats them up.
That's mean.
I think there's probably more to it than just
Yeah.
that, but I mean,
Yeah.
I can't imagine it's just
Who
some
is
deaf
it
guy
by?
beating up.
Oh
the
wait,
bad
Square
guys.
Enix. Duh. God,
It's all right, Mal.
I was like,
would've never
maybe
known
a
either.
developer will tell me more about this game style.
Which
I'm
which
like,
studio was
That's
it?
where you're wrong, kiddo.
It's probably like the Montreal studio or something.
This doesn't tell me, so I don't know.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Which-
I want
Yeah.
it. We got a release date finally.
We got a trailer that was very similar to the Xbox one.
Yeah, and then another one the next day that was actually pretty different.
And then we saw
And then-
some Monster Hunter Fantasy 14 crossover.
Which actually looks really fucking good. I'm actually surprised by this crossover. It's probably one of the best things.
They're both crossing over with each other too.
Yes.
Yes, you get to fight
Monster Hunter
behemoths
Yeah.
in Monster Hunter, and in Final Fantasy, you get to fight Rathalos.
Which is
And
awesome.
you get a Palico.
Yes, you get a Palico, and apparently a potential chance to capture a Cactuar in
Oh,
Monster.
nice.
So
Yeah.
I will now have to go back to Monster Hunter and attempt to catch myself a Cactuar.
I mean, they've had
because
quite a few updates to Monster Hunters. Probably quite a bit to do.
There's a Lunestra or Lunestra. I haven't done her
They're
yet.
adding another. I mean, they're adding their third, like second Elder Dragon to the game, that from free DLC.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, so
Because there's the one like 16-person fight, or well, like it was like 4 teams of 4
Plethora.
basically. Yeah,
Yeah.
and now there's another one that's about to release or just released. I can't remember.
so many Square games I'm looking forward to on the horizon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the games. It's just this conference was like I've seen most of like all
Exactly.
of
There
You're not
wasn't a
showing
this. It's
us
just
that.
like
There
what
wasn't
was
bang.
the point?
There was no
You could have
bang.
just put these in everything other people's stuff.
Yeah. So but yeah, that's why it's like Bethesda's probably the weakest for me, then this one right after it.
Yeah.
Like very close, just because we didn't really see that much new. If we would have saw gameplay for
I mean, this
Babylon's
one's just
Fall,
the-
I might have been
like,
more
the
hot.
most pointless to me.
Yeah. So it's like there are games in here I knew I was already gonna buy. So there you go.
And then we get what? We go on to
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, which opens with Just Dance, like always.
We got a dancing panda right off the bat, and I was like, "Yep,
Yeah.
it's Ubisoft. Here
They
we
just
are."
need to go weirder and weirder. I swear.
Every year they just get weird
Just
shit.
need to go
Yeah.
pure deep fried memes.
Yeah, that panda was pretty meme-tastic. We got some better look at Beyond Good and Evil 2. I think they actually showed
got like
gameplay,
a
didn't
brief
they?
amount of gameplay.
Yeah.
I'm interested in the game. I just don't know when it's actually going to come out.
2020.
Is that what they said?
No, that's what I'm predicting.
Yeah, release date to be unannounced or to be announced. But they're also doing a weird like thing with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's company about
yeah.
populating the game with user-created stuff like art and music. Which, while apparently the communication has been weird, but it's basically a contest where you can design stuff and work with other people to like refine the designs to get stuff into the game. And if your stuff is chosen, you'll get some money.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Siege.
Which, yep, still going. That's like
Yeah.
probably one of their big money makers right now.
Here's the real hot shit. Trials.
I've never played any of the trials.
They're
I've seen some
fun.
streams.
They're fun.
I mean, yeah, the guy I've seen they've had them the devs or whatever there a few times, and they're kind of funny.
The he came in a on a little dirt bike, in an Evil Knievel outfit and ran to a podium. So
yeah,
they probably had the most meme out of all the presentations.
Yeah,
maybe them. Or
I mean,
Bethesda.
they always have.
Yeah.
Like a lot of their, but Ubisoft presentations are like very hit and miss with people.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
just
think it's fine. They're fun.
Style. Yeah, I've always liked them enough.
The Division 2.
Division 2, I mean,
think it looks good.
I played the first one, and apparently it keeps getting better. They've really listened to people, and then they've announced, like, throwing shade on Destiny, that they're not going to basically reset with the Division 2 back to Division 1's release style.
Yeah.
So
I think
they saw what happened with Destiny 2, and they're not going to try and avoid any of those pitfalls.
I think they announced raids too, didn't they?
Yeah, raids are coming.
That was the big thing.
Right.
So.
And this one takes place in Washington, D.C., whereas the last one took place in New York. So this one's got a bit more nature and whatnot to it, I guess. Like, it's not just going down city blocks and stuff.
Yeah.
More diverse maps or scenery or whatever.
Mm-hmm. We got Mario and Rabbids, the Donkey Kong DLC, which I think we knew about.
Or DLC. Yeah.
Not much to say there.
Later this month.
It's Mario XCOM. Skull and Bones, which people are just getting disappointed with the more they see it, it seems like.
Yeah. I mean, it's pirates, but
it's a very specific part of pirate thing is the problem.
I mean, I don't even remember. I think I must have stopped paying attention because I don't remember the gameplay at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
I just remember it being pirate ship battle. I don't recall anything else that goes beyond that.
Yeah.
It takes place in, I think, the second round of the Golden Age of Piracy in the West Indies.
Yeah.
Transference.
That was the Elijah Wood game.
I don't remember any of the gameplay or anything.
I was not there for
weird.
this one. I was not here for some of these. I actually had to step away.
Yeah, this one, it looks weird. Like, it's all about going or like dealing with the mind and stuff. And like, I think it was primarily designed for VR, but you can play it on not VR.
Gotcha.
I mean, no one like super focused on VR this year. Like, that's something that's definitely was different this year.
Yeah, Sony had like a little 2-minute stretch of stuff they showed. But that's about it.
While no one like focused on it like before, it does seem like we're getting games that are like more like, higher level gaming designed for VR, which I mean, it's probably a good step in the like. Honestly, the barrier of entry is probably just end up going to be the biggest thing for VR is the cost. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So.
Then we got
Starlink. I think this actually looks fun.
Yeah, I was kind of interested. I mean, I'm not interested in the whole amiibo
until the toys,
thing.
until they saw the toy part.
Well, this was announced last year as well.
Yeah, see, I don't remember it from last year at all.
They had the like amiibo starships or whatever. Like you could, and then you could switch weapons on the fly. But I mean, I like spaceships and flying them around.
They willed Miyamoto out for this.
Yeah, gave them because they're part. Or they have the Star Fox ship, right?
Yep, Star Fox will be in it. Yeah. Here's the real hotness. For Honor, Marching Fire.
That is, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, they're adding a new faction. The Wu Lin.
Which is what I kind of felt like they might have done better if they had just done this from the beginning, as opposed to adding in like a lot of
the neutral characters.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this will probably cost more than the neutral characters did.
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised. So, like, the neutral characters are free, basically. Like, or
you unlock them or whatever.
Like, yeah, you can play to unlock them. I don't know if this is going to be or not, like, because it's billed as an actual expansion.
Yeah, they're adding the Castle Siege mode.
Which, that kind of seemed like it could be pretty cool.
Yeah. That hook sword guy, 2 hook swords.
Yeah, she took on a peacekeeper.
Yeah,
Basically, every time they
like,
showed
oh
up,
boy, here's a peacekeeper.
I mean, it's because it's they're all the new hotness. So every time they showed up, it was them whooping another class, basically.
Oh, you're gonna get wrecked by that peacekeeper. Oh, you beat him. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shut up. I'm looking forward to the new siege mode.
Right.
I always like a little bit more than just PvP killing. I like there's a little bit more objective to it.
Yeah, I mean,
not
more
that I
game
don't mind-
types will just be really good for this.
Not that I'm ever against murdering my fellow players, but
Yeah.
I generally like it when there's a little bit something more to it than just like murder.
I think they're gonna do more story stuff too, aren't they?
Yes, they are doing more story stuff.
It seemed like it.
They did state it. I'm not totally sure what it is. Apparently, it's supposed to be like a potential co-op thing as well.
Hmm.
So I'm not really sure. And the only article I saw that really touched on it was called Unlimited Story. So I don't know what that fully means.
Weird.
Yeah.
Got the crew too.
They were basically hyping it up because I think it comes out later. Yeah, at the end of the month.
Yep.
I played the closed beta, and it wasn't my kind of game because it's all very like, or you look at a map and you're like, I want to go race here, or I want to go race here, and I just want Need for Speed Underground again.
Yeah.
All I want. Why can't anyone give that to me?
We'll never have it, Mel. Next was the game that surprised me with
this was my hotness.
Yeah, this looks good. I'm gonna end up playing this. I've never played Assassin's Creed
Odyssey. What if we took Assassin's Creed
and made it a
just
BioWare
kept
game,
making it more RPG like?
Because
they added a lot of RPG elements to the Origins, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And now they've added more.
Yep, you get your dialogue choices. You get to pick between a male or a female character.
Yep.
They're adding.
There's romance.
Yeah, there's romance in it. They're going it more in on RPG style, leveling up, progression, skill tree stuff. There's like a battle mode, like a giant battle.
They're also they've also decided that they're going more into the first contact or the first civilization stuff and the future stuff. They're gonna because there is like a like the because the original ones had that the guy in the future or whatever, the present or whatever you want to call it, and then going into the memories. And this one is someone, I think she's looking through she's looking for evidence of the first civilization people, and that's like the future tie and stuff. And they're exploring all of that, which I know like Tets was really sad that they had just moved away from that.
Yeah.
They also got rid of the hidden blade. Now you have Leonidas' spear, and that's your like main weapon, replacing the hidden blade, and it is a first civilization weapon or whatever. And I think they said one of the things, or one of the powers you get is basically Warp Strike from Final Fantasy 15. You throw the spear and teleport to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it just looks fun to me.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's a fall game too for
yeah, it also comes out this year, so.
Is it this year?
Yeah.
Really?
October 5th. Oh wait, no, sorry, that says 2019.
I think it is this year. I think that's probably Topo.
Yeah, it has to be, because I definitely was looking at games that come out this year, and I was like, oh, it's coming out in October of this year. But
this like fall and winter is loaded.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I can't remember.
Because I count Dragon Quest this fall. This is going to be this fall. We'll have Kingdom Hearts 3. There's like a crap ton of games coming out in February.
Oh no, Kingdom Hearts is getting released in January.
Yeah, that counts as winter.
Oh, I see. Then yes, like I know the start of next year is going to be very.
Yeah.
And then I guess there's another big game coming out in December.
For Honor is October.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. And Space Junkies, I don't remember.
Yeah, they also showed Space Junkies, which is a VR game.
Oh, there you go. That's why I don't remember it. Right. So yeah, Bethesda was really good.
Yeah,
I think it was my second favorite.
Ubisoft.
Yeah, Ubisoft. Sorry.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Because
probably my second favorite.
Trials, For Honor, Assassin's Creed, Starlink looks cool. I think The Division looks cool. I might end up playing it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you get The Division, I'll probably pick it up. Or like, as long as I got people to play The Division with, I'll play it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get myself into that game. I've been looking for something shooty, but I don't know if I can commit to that.
Well, Obs can only play so many shooters
Yeah.
since most of them end up being first person.
Yeah, that's true.
I have to go third route.
We got the PC gaming show, and they showed a lot of games.
Yeah, and I
They showed a
didn't
lot.
watch it.
Oh my
So-
Yeah. They showed a game called Satisfactory, which I mean was something I was kind of interested in. I kind of like. I play builders sometimes to like zone out to, and this one is like you building a giant factory on this planet or something. It seemed fun. I want to destroy every habitat on this planet.
Pollute the shit out of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of what are they called? Battle royal games.
Yeah. I think just a quick run over on them. Neo Cab is essentially where you play as a cab driver in a
The
very
Uber driver of the
futuristic
future.
setting. Yeah, Uber driver of the future.
There was like a weird tagline about "Will you stay human," which is like the weird part of it. Like that I may have been interested in, but like the gameplay, I like driving around, like driving people around in a cab. Gameplay was not interesting to me.
It looks like it's trying to do something. It's
I mean, I like the color scheme. I mean, I'm huge
colors,
into neon.
yeah, but I like neon. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like I
Yeah.
like neon stuff. So, but it was interesting. If you're essentially trying to just figure out what happened to your buddy who talks to you, and apparently they're being hunted down by some group, and you're trying to avoid being hunted down. Well, fine.
We got
Maverick's Proving Ground is just a battle royale.
1,000 people fighting at a time, though. There's
Yep.
this thing. We
Yep,
got the
that's-
Forgotten City, which is like time travel, where if anyone commits a sin, they all get turned into a statue. So
including
basically,
Neo
it's
Cab.
a mystery.
Yep. So you're trying to solve the problem.
Yeah. Star Control Origins. It's not a sequel or a prequel or anything, but it sounds like
This looks like a
prequel.
Pixar movie.
Because Star Control is a game, like a series that existed a long time ago, and this is called Origins, so that sounds like a prequel to me. But
Yeah. Apparently, it has Star Fox in it.
oh, does it?
I don't remember. There was
Are
like
you
a.
thinking-
there was
You're thinking of Starlink.
Starlink.
a- I'm
yeah.
thinking Starlink. You're right. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Hunt Showdown is something.
FPS survival horror by Crytek.
I mean, it looks
Zombies.
like something.
Yeah, zombies.
Archangel Hellfire was just like a kind
It's
of
a
combat
new-
VR.
yeah,
game,
new
so-
PvP thing for
yeah.
him.
The Sinking City looked
I
really.
don't remember
interesting
that
to
one.
me. This one is very Lovecraftian.
Oh, that's right. It was the Lovecraft one.
Yeah. I mean, personally, to me, it's always interesting. But you're essentially playing an investigator. You're essentially the main focus of the game is to investigate things as opposed to potentially fighting things and
Yeah.
whatnot. But you'll be running into
Had a
very-
sanity meter, which
Yeah.
usually those are not implemented well in my
They had-
opinion. So I
They
was like,
apparently cut it into two parts though, because they said you had like a sanity and a psychokinesis or something meter or something like that. I don't know.
Huh.
But they
Yeah,
kind of broke
generally-
it down.
generally games that end up having something like a sanity meter, I've not found them to do them very well.
It's because I don't think sanity is really something you can truly do well because sanity
There's
is
like a lot
about-
of disconnect because the player's never going to feel insane playing this.
Yeah. Do you know that like whatever's happening in front of you? I mean, there's have been games that've done really
The
interesting.
game that
things.
did that best was the what's it called for GameCube?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Where
Uh,
it would do shit like it would say like your controller's disconnected, but it's not.
It would like cut your TV off and stuff, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Oh,
Well, it wouldn't turn your TV off, but the game would look
It'd
like
go
it just suddenly
black.
cut out. Yeah. And then you'd be trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, and it's actually the game is still playing. You can still do stuff. It just won't know.
Huh.
It did actually a lot of cool stuff. Sanity. It even gave you like error screens, like your controller's unplugged. Like it would give a blue screen, kind of like a quasi blue screen, so and so, but tailored to the game itself. So it was more believable. It did stuff like that. It was really interesting. But I'm interested to see it because I mean Lovecraft is always going to have a soft spot in my heart. I like Warframe. The Sacrifice is
It's like one game shown with katanas I don't care about.
yep. It's something. It's
It's
more,
the newest expansion. I mean, Warframe's
yeah.
pretty popular, but apparently it's entry to it's got a huge barrier to entry. Like you need to
It does.
really know like what you're doing
The game
because it's
is
free to
not-
play, but there's a
The
lot
game
going
is not
on. I
new
guess.
person friendly. You have
Right.
to like go up and look guides up and read them so that you know what's going on.
Killing Floor 2, Summer Sideshow. Like they showed. Killing Floor has been at last E3. Like it's just kind of they're doing seasonal stuff is their thing.
Yep, that's how they did in Killing Floor 1 and Killing Floor 2. I mean, The game is great if you want a simple, easy, clean, fun romp that's not super long.
Right.
You can sit down, maybe play a game for about 40 to an hour. It's like that's a whole game session.
Yeah. Maneater.
Best game. Best
You
game
play
ever.
a shark as a shark. This is the second game this guy has made, which as you can play as sharks in. This guy loves sharks, I guess.
I think it had probably the funniest
it's a shark
presentation though for the game because it's like you have a campaign about being a shark. It's all about eating people as a shark,
You
doing
level
better
up.
things as a shark. You level. There's a whole RPG
mechanic. This guy
around
made Depths, which was sharks versus scuba people, basically, like a fighter game.
Yeah, it was a quasi fighter shooter game. That was very indie, very indie.
Yeah,
and this game looks like it's gotten a little bit upscale, so to speak.
Yeah, they showed like 2 other games, I think, by the same was this a different dev, same whatchamacallit, what's producer or whatever? Yeah. But almost no information. Bravery Network Online and Morningstar, there wasn't really much about them.
One's an RPG, one is
the other one was farming, but then you switched over to an office thing. I don't know.
It's kind of weird. Jurassic World Evolution is quite
coming out.
Roller coaster tycoon with dinosaurs that can also potentially
today.
have accidents. So yeah, it's already
12th.
out. Yep.
It's out.
It's already out.
Stormland is a new VR game.
Yep, it's a VR game. Overwhelmed.
Look kind of cool, but I mean, I don't have VR.
Yeah. Overwhelmed, 2D platformer with running, gunning.
It was very red.
It was very red. Night Call.
The other taxi game.
The other taxi.
I thought Death Stranding was the first taxi game,
right? No, that's the one.
What the heck? Why are there games about driving around in a taxi?
Sometimes you just want to live the glamorous lifestyle of this taxi driving.
Then they also showed Sable, which I'm interested in because it takes a lot of inspiration. Like the aesthetic wise, it takes inspiration from old French comics and anime. So I think it looks cool.
Star Citizen, which will forever remain in beta.
Sure. Make more $27,000 bundles for people to buy.
Yep.
It's like what?
Yeah. Genesis Alpha 1 is
that another battle royale game?
Kind of a battle royale, maybe.
So many.
Kind of zoned out.
Yeah, I think that's the medieval one.
Is it? They got guns,
inspired one.
Sure.
I think. I don't know.
Let me see.
Well, yeah, it had guns, but yeah, it also was like fantasy inspired, not medieval, fantasy.
Looks like you can go to planets, look at things.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to recall it. Yeah, you do go to planets. You fight creatures on the planets. You can potentially fight them on space and spaceships as well. You make space bases and shit. It's interesting. It looks like a kind of a quasi tower defense exploration game.
Yeah. Okay. Then Don't Starve Hamlet, which is another Don't Starve game, but also with what?
Maybe? I was gonna say also with a town now.
Yeah, I guess.
Hamlet?
Looks kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Add addition to the gameplay from Don't Starve.
Yep.
More Just Cause 4.
Overkill's The Walking Dead. They said here, let's show you some gameplay, and they show you a minute and 20 seconds of. Yeah. And it's not even all gameplay, mind you. Some of it is just showing them standing around. So it's more like the in-game engine.
It almost looks co-op first-person shooter.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I thought this was going to be a little bit more than that, but no.
They showed Noita, a 2D indie action adventure where every pixel is physically or has its own physics, basically.
Was that the roguelike where all the pixels change?
Yes. Or every pixel has is part of the physics engine or whatever. Like rocks will break in different ways and stuff. And lava and cascades differently. 2 Point Hospital looks silly and fun, funny, and I might actually play it.
I'll have to look that up. That is
you run a silly hospital with turtle head disease, where the head is in the torso and it has to be pulled out. And then there's monobrow. Can't remember the name of the disease, but basically the monobrow it's like a parasite. Eventually, it pops off and then it infests the hospital. You have to like go around killing them like rats. Basically, it's silly. Ooblets, which is
Pokemon and Harvest
Stardew
Moon
Valley or
mixed together.
whatever. I mean, I don't really care for the creature aesthetic, which is like what killed it for me. I mean, it looks very cute. The next Anno game,
Hideaki Anno.
Ah,
that's just what I thought of when I saw the title.
the
The director of Neon Genesis Evangelion.
I don't remember what the new gimmick of this one was. It's in the 1800s, but I don't remember what like was specific to this Anno. I can't remember. Then they had Rapture Rejects, which was Cyanide and Happiness's battle royale game.
Yeah, which actually looked.
The trailer was funny.
The trailer was funny, yeah.
I mean, they're very clearly just jumping in on that group.
Yeah.
The trailer was funny though, so it's very clearly meant to be a far more casual take on it.
Yeah. Hitman 2.
Yep.
In Miami. Apparently, just like Fast and Furious 2, all these sequels are going to Miami.
The sunny place.
Yeah.
It's a new Hitman game.
And then Telltale's Walking Dead, the final.
It's finally over. I didn't realize this was still going on.
Yeah, I think the lady who voiced Clementine said she first recorded in 2012.
Yeah, or maybe 11 even, she said.
Yeah.
But there's actual like freeform gameplay, which was the biggest change I think I saw.
Yeah.
You could like walk around and like actually have combat. Not advanced combat, but still something different for Telltale.
It's more than what they normally do.
Expanding on what they're already doing.
And that was the PC gaming one. Yeah. Not a whole lot. I'm not a big PC gamer anymore anyway.
I'm not either, so...
Yeah.
It was about Bethesda level for me as well.
I mean, yeah, I didn't really expect... I do think this might be the best...
through parts of it, so...
Like... As far as the presentation part of it goes, like I like Day 9 a lot, I guess, and he's definitely gotten familiar with this.
That actually you brought this up and I almost forgot about it. Yeah, the presentation for PC gaming was actually probably one of the best.
The funniest part was the part with the duck.
Oh yeah,
the duck thing.
Well, yeah, the corporate sponsor or whatever, Drake's or whatever.
Yeah,
I
mean, just awkwardly dancing.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was really well done.
But yeah, Day 9 and even his co-host Jamie, I think they did a really good job. Like probably one of the best. They didn't feel like, it wasn't like a stilted, dev guy coming up or whatever, like at least and hosting it or whatever.
That's pretty much what
like
I was gonna say.
PR guy for that company.
Yeah, this guy clearly knew what he was doing. He knew how to talk. He knew how to. He had obviously some of it was scripted. He knew how to make it appear very genuine and organic. And that like right there, it felt like I was actually watching a show of stuff.
Even though I don't care about the games, watching it was not like I didn't have a bad time like with like maybe EA or something.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a chore to watch things when whatever you wanted to see wasn't on screens.
Also, EA or Day 9 got Spellslingers is coming back where he plays Magic with like people.
Awesome.
Magic the Gathering. Yeah, so that was really cool. That was like announced like last week or something.
Oh yeah, that was. I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah. Now we're in
the big boy Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big boss Sony.
It was,
It took a while to get going.
Yeah, it was weird. They should not have done the 2-stage venue. That killed the start. Like
that was
you should
really
just have started
weird.
in a normal venue.
No, it was weird because they had to
time while they moved.
Yeah, it was obviously them filling. They were just like, so.
Because
here we are.
Yeah, it probably ended up taking longer than what they allotted time for, or something. Because people are like, gonna like mosey on over at their own pace.
Yep. But Last of Us came.
But yes, they started with Last of Us Part 2.
That was a hell of a start, mind you.
Yeah. I thought it looked great. Like, obviously it was very scripted, but
very scripted.
I love the game. I know Obs doesn't.
I do not like the games.
I will state this. It felt really weird that your opponents were so easily beaten when they got shot like once. They'd flinch as crap. But Ellie was taking like hits left and right when she did. And it just felt like it held no weight to her. Like she got shot. She had an arrow in her. And I know she pulled the shaft out. She got
I think it was probably pretty scripted. Like it was probably
Very
on the
scripted,
easiest setting
Very
or whatever.
Very scripted, yeah. Also, it just I don't feel like it just did them justice because the enemies felt very blind too. And as for
Yeah,
presentation,
again,
even
well,
for scripted, I don't know.
Well, obviously you can't have it to where they die.
Yeah, you can't.
Like it's the first
can't, like, have
gameplay
this-
trailer too, but
Yeah. But they are definitely like they definitely refined from the first one. Like combat, there's a lot more to combat now. There's more stuff to craft. Like the explosive arrow looked sweet.
the pacing of combat seems better.
Yeah,
the
there's like
pacing
actually
was
you can
really well
dodge
done.
and stuff and parry.
Yeah, that was actually very cool. I was like, oh, that's really nice. So it doesn't feel like you're kind of screwed for having the wrong weapon out. If somebody engages you on melee, you can still attempt to dodge and get a chance to switch. So it felt very you felt a little bit more able to transition from range to melee and vice versa.
I know a lot of people were also worried that with Ellie being like the main character, it wouldn't feel as brutal, but that was not
more
the
brutal.
case.
I saw people complaining it was too brutal.
Oh wow!
Really?
Yeah, that's the main
I
complaint
know that
saw.
came from the first trailer, but I didn't really feel that from this gameplay trailer or stuff. Like the first trailer, some people were like, "Holy crap, this is really violent."
People were saying that about a lot of the trailers in the PlayStation because this Ghost of Tsushima and Resident Evil were all had some brutal stuff in it. So
yeah, I mean, I know Disney had to like turn it off for at basically because they had like I guess Disney XD was covering EA, but I think they had to turn it off right before right before the kiss, and then which the kiss goes right into like brutally stabbing someone. In the neck.
yeah, so there
That's
you go.
True. Destiny 2 Forsaken, which
it's the story trailer for the upcoming expansion, which actually looks pretty interesting for someone who is into Destiny, and which it was a bit of a monkey paw for a lot of people in the Destiny community, because people have been like, we want a dark story, and then sometimes like with Destiny 2 especially too, people are like, they're focusing too much on Cade. So this one comes out and Cade gets shot in the head and dies, and people are like, we take it back.
This is not what we meant.
Yeah, they're like, no, we were wrong. Don't
we
kill
were
him.
sorry.
We
Don't
don't
take
want
it
dark storyline if it means this. Don't take away our Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
It's just funny to see the community reaction of like, oh, we were wrong. We don't know what we
you
wanted.
Get what you asked for.
That humility, the sudden humble pie.
But because the Queen's brother kills Cade with his own weapon. Which, if you know Destiny lore, that's what you know what that means, and it's very sad. They're actually making a lot of changes though mechanically with Destiny 2. It's finally feeling more like Destiny 1 did when it was at the end of life. Just unfortunate it's taken this long.
Yeah.
I mean, I might actually get back into it with this one. We'll see. And then after that, we got Ghosts of Tsushima.
Oh,
Sushi
baby.
Man, gonna give it to you.
Sushi Man.
Sushi Mom.
This is I can't remember the dev name.
It looks freaking beautiful.
Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
The people who did Infamous games.
Yep. And I believe they did
so pretty.
They did a Sly Cooper too, didn't they?
I have no idea.
I think so. I don't remember. But yeah, the game looks freaking gorgeous.
Oh yeah. It's the Mongol invasion. Which one actually? I forget. First or second? Second?
I think it's the first one.
Yeah, I think it's the first one. I saw someone pointing
the second
out.
one got foiled.
I saw someone
got
pointing out that it was the time
Well-
era before katana were even prevalent. So it was weird that people were using them.
It would have been the Tachi, I guess.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
So it should have been turned the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man. Sometimes you gotta go with what
It
people
looks
love.
cool, and I want to play.
Yeah, I don't care really.
Yeah.
It's Japan.
It's Japan.
I want to fight the Unicorn Clan, get betrayed by my Mantis compatriot who has to avenge her family in the name of honor. She drops her bow because she's a dirty menace. And of course, she's going to get hacked. When the Iaijutsu struck the Mongolian,
Dude, that was so good.
I knew I was in.
That was
He
when I was
sitting
into.
there waiting.
Yeah, he just like
I knew exactly what was gonna happen. I was like, oh, this is either gonna break it or make it for me. And then when that happened, I was like, oh, so good.
yeah. I want
know-
to see more gameplay.
Yeah, some
Even
people
more.
don't think the combat looks all that great, but honestly, I don't care.
It looks fun.
It's pretty stiff.
Yeah.
There doesn't feel like a lot of feedback from between guarding or hitting.
I think it'll end up being in. Well, I mean, it'll probably be like The Witcher, which has awful combat, but ends up still being an amazing game or whatever for people.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. Can't wait to see more info.
It is the second Samurai game I'll be getting that year.
Yep. Which I think they just said, no release date yet. Hopefully next year. But Control was weird. I saw some people saying this is not the way to reveal a game.
Yeah.
It did look weird.
It's I think we saw some interesting gameplay. It looks like there's a lot of physics stuff going on, but like I know nothing about what I'm supposed to be seeing.
It's really hard.
It's a lot of weird like Inception style like folding of things.
Yep.
Of the scenery, but I mean the physics. I mean I love like pulling and shooting things from the environment around, but we'll see.
Here's something I was surprised. Probably shouldn't have been surprised about. Resident Evil 2.
We knew it was coming.
I was still surprised. I went,
But
Leon, it's Leon. When I saw it.
You're like, what?
The actual trailer when it started off with the mouse, I thought it was a completely different game. Or the rat. I thought I was gonna be playing a totally
Yeah, I was like
different
Rat
game.
VR game.
I was like, oh, this is gonna be really weird. But then I hear the banging, and I'm like, what the hell? This is kind of a dark game to play as a rat, but all right, whatever. And then suddenly Dead Rat, and it's like zombie, and then Leon, and I'm like, oh yeah, they were doing this.
I'm excited.
Yeah, looks good. Looks tasty. Although I know some people have been complaining about the redesign.
Yeah, I saw some people
character
saying
designs.
it doesn't look right, but I mean, I thought it looked great, but I never played the original.
He's fine.
I think it's personally fine. It actually is going more in line with the current Leon. So I don't really know what the problem is because like Leon, everybody likes Leon from Leon 4. And
I've only been paying attention to Resident Evil since 4, and I was like, oh, yeah, that looks like Leon to me.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like a totally different game. It's literally like polygon blocks for Resident Evil 2. I don't understand. I don't know.
Then we got To Watch a Man Die in His Bathtub.
Yeah.
There's Trover Saves the Universe, which is done by the people who from Rick and Morty or whatever.
Yeah, Justin Roiland.
Yeah. I mean, it's not my kind of game.
Yeah,
I don't like Rick and Morty, but so.
Yeah, I don't know. What the
it's a 3D platformer though, which I mean, not a lot of those around these days.
Yeah. Going back to Bubsy 3D.
Oh.
Best game ever.
Yeah.
And then we get
Kingdom Hearts again, but we got Jack Sparrow
Pirates
trailer.
of the Caribbean trailer.
Finally, new stuff to look at.
Yeah, actual new, like different stuff. Like, why was this
Why
not
was
a
it not a Square Enix? Yes.
Better boat combat than the Ubisoft game.
Yeah, that was actually kind of disappointing. It's like,
You actually get to board ships.
The trailer showed off some cool stuff. Even underwater combat looked cool.
Yeah.
Stuff looks good.
Yeah, I'm so excited for Kingdom Hearts 3.
And then my favorite movie, Death Stranding.
This was awesome.
This is weird.
I hope this game.
I don't know what to say.
No,
this is weird.
No, me and my buddy were watching it, and I was like, I hope this is just a game where you're just like a UPS guy, basically, is what it looks like.
I want that to
courier.
Yeah, you're just a courier.
I want that
Your
game.
job is to get your package from point A to point B.
Rain, sleet, snow, or hell. You gotta deliver that mail.
Someone was like, "Is this a game inside of a game?"
There's a whole the biggest
theory
theory about the game right now is that it's actually that it is actually based around parallel worlds that are both stacked and side by side.
Wow.
That you are technically a player playing a game, and that you are a game that's very aware of being a game, and that the game knows you are a player in the game.
Yeah, there's rumors that like you or some people have theories that you are like the footprints that get left and stuff, and that
I mean the footprints look like handprints too, which is.
And like Norman Reedus and some of the other characters will like comment on being aware that you're affecting their reality and stuff.
Yes.
Which if they do that and stuff and it comes off not cheesy, it could be freaking awesome.
I mean,
if it's done right. I mean, Kojima
this is probably a game I will never play.
I'm excited about it now.
I'm excited. I kind of want to see it, but I mean,
I'm curious. But
this is artsy fartsy in the way that I like my artsy.
We also saw him pull out what looks like a gun at one point. So
briefly.
A brief look at what his gun. I don't know. Maybe he's going to shoot the package towards the payload.
Right.
I don't know.
He's got to use that baby lot. That baby lot to get around.
I still don't understand what the baby's about. I still don't get that.
Why does Benicio del Toro have a baby too?
The only other thing I like the other thing we do know
They
is that
mentioned
apparently the
something about
creatures are
eating and
apparently
time.
affecting the times.
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
things work.
Yeah, they're like if you eat, they eat you, you'll be okay. But something I can't remember. So I'm like, maybe the baby you get like you die, but the baby is you that gets aged from the eating thing.
Yeah, because he said there was going to be a weird respawn mechanic in the game.
Yeah, so I think the baby's that.
The baby's your respawn mechanic.
That baby, but
apparently, well, they said like it's not a really big deal, but you'll apparently leave like a big ass crater behind, so anything there will be effectively warped and gone.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he said he wanted to have like people leave kind of echoes on the world. Like when you play online, you can see like the effects of other people playing the game too. So that like also lends in more to the whole theory of like the game being aware that it's a game. So that's just interesting. I just want to see when the game comes out, so we can figure out what the hell the game's about. So, Neo 2 out of nowhere.
Yeah, fucking I don't know. As soon as they showed Ko Shibusawa, I was like, no.
Yeah, I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
What?
Now we're at what? This is the third and final Katana game.
Yep. And then apparently game
I like the
is
first one.
really different.
Yeah. I need to
I'm
finish it
curious.
still.
It looks like you might like. I think people were speculating there's going to be like a demon mode because the guy with the horns and then the what is it, the title or whatever has the Amarita horns as well.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe you have like a demon mode thing.
Apparently, it looks like, and then like the tagline is that you don't defy death, death defies you.
Right.
So
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's like defy death, and then it ends, and then it's only defy goes away, and death, and it says like death defy.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see more. So.
Yeah. Spider-Man.
That's what
I want it
for.
I want it so bad.
I wonder how many times Yuri had to scream Yuri.
Yeah.
You're,
I screamed Yuri like 4 times throughout E3.
I mean, because what is it? Your companion or whatever is named Yuri.
Yeah.
For Spider-Man's companion, and the Spider-Man's voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, so he had to scream his own name a bunch.
Yeah. Pretty much.
We saw a lot of villains.
Yeah. Which was cool. We got some hint at some other villain towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, the obvious answer is Green Goblin.
Green Goblin, yeah. Some people think it might be Doc Ock, yeah.
Or possibly Venom.
Yeah, so...
I guess, but Venom doesn't really feel right there, so...
I was a little bit worried at first when I saw the scripted web-slinging stuff, but then they showed a demo afterwards where you can go around the city and web-sling, and I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, it looks cool. I mean, I'll probably pick it up.
I'm excited to play
not
it.
100% on it yet, but...
Yeah, I am. I'm all in. I'm all in on it. The only problem is it's coming out right around DQ11.
Yeah.
So it's more going to be, am I going to wait till after DQ11 or not? And DQ11 is going to be like a 100-hour game. So
yeah, there's something else in September also. At the end of September, I think. Can't remember what now. But anywho. Yeah. That was the actual conference. Then they showed a few things after.
Derachine. I don't know what
Some
this is
VR
because I didn't watch. I went to bed.
It's developed by FromSoft.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said they were working on 3 games, but they only showed 2 here. They showed this, which is the VR game, and then the Shadows Die Twice game. So we still don't know what their third game is. People are hoping Armored Core, but
please be Armored Core. I want to see Armored Core come back.
Well, I mean, today we got the Nintendo one, and they opened with.
It's basically Armored Core.
Damon X Machina, which
Damon
is a bit more anime Armored Core.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, but
it looks cool.
Really Armored Core.
There is someone that worked on Armored Core is working on this.
Yes,
I can't remember
I actually
just art or also the director or what, but yeah.
I believe it is the director, the original guy.
And he also has worked on like
Escaflowne
and
Software Group.
Ooh, Escaflowne.
So I do know for a fact, like From Software, essentially the guy director apparently did leave. So he might be the guy that's actually working on this because already when you look at the trailer, there's a lot of things in this that look straight from
I was like, this looks a lot like Armored Core, but the design aesthetic was off, or like it's a bit more cel-shaded almost or something.
Yeah.
Which is probably to compensate for the Switch's hardware.
Marvelous Entertainment.
And it was a bit more super, like with the swords and stuff. Like I was like getting a bit more super robot.
They've done Fate games, Valhalla Knights, Harvest Moon games.
And then the guy who does the music did the music for Soul Calibur and Tekken.
Oh, cool.
I saw. So yeah, I was seeing some of the basically the people working on it seemed like they had some decent credentials. So I am interested in the game.
Yep. It will be something I'm probably gonna get.
Yep. And then we got something.
I so want this so bad because this is I think at the end of last, right? Yeah. Well, the end of last year, we talked about our top games of the year. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was my number 3 game of the year, and the one thing I wanted out of the story, because the story was like, hey, remember all this backstory stuff that we're going to keep alluding to, but we're not really going to shed any light on it. Right. I was like, this is really weird, and I never thought that they would. I never put 2 and 2 together. They'd probably be doing a DLC for it later.
But they're like, it's a prequel DLC.
Yeah, here's Adam. He's hooded the entire game.
Torna, the Golden Country.
Yeah. So it's basically the prequel. How did everyone get the way they are?
Xenoblade Chronicles 2's combat just kind of killed it for me. I just couldn't get into it. I just didn't like its combat system.
Yeah, that all the Xenoblades are like that. So
the aesthetic kills it for me. I don't know what it is.
It was too slow. The combat was just kind of wait for the auto attack to fill the gauge, use the gauge. That was all there was to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's more the story and stuff for me.
Also, the localization was pretty bad.
And the exploring. Yeah, I watched. I had it on Japanese, so.
It looks too anime to me. I think that's the problem.
That doesn't bother me, but
yeah, they went more anime. Before it was not anime.
They pulled the Pokemon. They localized rice balls as jelly donuts.
Are you serious?
Yes.
For kids.
It was some Europe company. It was Nintendo Europe or
yeah. One of their British divisions.
Got over there.
So I'm excited for it, but
yeah,
I also love.
You should be excited for the best game ever, which is Overcooked 2.
I was gonna say Super Mario Party is next.
I'm excited for Super Mario Party.
They get rid of the car.
Meta.
We're getting past 2 up, going right to Overcooked 2.
Meta. We're gonna play Super Mario Party. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
If it has online mode.
Oh, please let it have online mode.
That will be fucking insane if they have online.
Yeah. There's not really much else to say about it. It's Super Mario Party.
It's a Mario Party game, and it doesn't look as bad as not intended.
Right.
Yeah.
Fortnite's coming to Switch, which is basically all but confirmed.
Yeah. So it's Fortnite Battle Royale. You can play it on the go now. Overcooked 2.
Favorite.
We're getting this,
which is not listed as a exclusive.
No, it'll eventually be out for.
It's on everything else.
Overcooked 2. That game.
Overcooked is amazing.
Was hilarious.
I've seen it streamed.
Playing that game with friends is both a destroyer of friendships and a builder of them.
Yeah,
you find out the people you truly love and care about playing this game.
And they confirmed it will have online multiplayer.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So we'll be streaming this.
Yes, it's such a good game.
Yeah, it's fun. It's always like $10 to you. So
sure.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
It's super cheap. It was wonderful. The game took off. It was great.
Here's what Mal was here for.
Yes, this is the reason I was here. At the
Fire Emblem,
Three Houses.
I'm excited for it too.
I'm ready.
Waifus, let's go.
Fire Emblem. Nobody likes that series.
I mean, the biggest surprise is it doesn't actually look like it's along the Awakening and Fates route. It looks.
Thank God.
I mean, well, those games basically saved the series, so.
Yes, I get that, but like you can move on from them.
Sure, and they did. It actually looks like they're taking a lot, or possibly a lot, from Shadows, the Gaiden.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to walk around.
Moving around. It looks like bows are one range counterattack. Durability's back, which I don't like.
Yeah, I don't like weapon ability.
Yeah, hopefully we can at least combine like crappy versions together, so we don't like have to switch after 3 uses. If you have
the most interesting thing I saw was that you could put your troops into formations and stuff. Like they had the wedge formation.
Really cool.
So interesting.
The troops were like one of the most interesting things. I was like, "Whoa, you're actually like fighting with soldiers? What?"
Yeah, this is like a point of contention in the fan base, but yeah, it looks cool. I don't mind. I don't need the one-on-one style.
I don't care either.
Some people at least hope that it's like some maps have this and some are the one-on-one, but even if they're all like this, I think it still looks fun.
Yeah.
I'm curious what the different formations do, because there was like triangle formation and others, but
Triangle formation.
it's there are 3 houses, obviously. Though the Japanese name is like 4 seasons or something, so there are going to be. It looks like you get 3 lords, 1 from each of the houses, and and then there's also
is
an
the
avatar.
Green-haired guy the avatar?
Yeah, we're pretty sure. The basic. He's taking the role of like the teacher, which and possibly the Jagan unit, which is like when you start the game, you get like one already like promoted unit that's super powerful, and that might be you this time, is what people are speculating. We didn't even get much from this, but people have already started like rampant speculations. But yeah, the 3 lords don't seem to be the player characters. There's probably also going to be an avatar.
Huh?
I'm excited.
It looks cool. I mean,
Spring 2019.
Yeah, that I'm sad about, because they just casually delayed it till next year. Because like 2 months ago, they're like still 2018 coming out.
I think there's just a lot of stuff coming out. It might have been a strategic like delay.
Yeah. And it also looks like it's a bit more like not necessarily darker, but like maybe somber is the word I saw used, and then like political.
Yeah,
so
which I'm all about.
And then, I don't know why this is next, because
we'll skip over it. We'll come back to it. We gotta save that for
yeah.
We got some indie stuff. Killer Queen Black is like a joust-looking game.
Yep.
Hollow Knight came out today.
Switch. Dragon Ball Fighters Z is coming to Switch. I don't know what this Heroines game is.
It's a fighter game.
It's a fighting
I see
game.
naked girls, practically naked girls.
Yeah, it's an SNK fighting game.
And then they showed more about Octopath Traveler.
Yes.
So
we're getting a demo, and you get to play the first chapter of each person, and that also will transfer over to the full version, which is pretty cool.
Ophelia time.
That's probably
why I'll pick up the demo too.
I remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get on to the real meat.
I'm about that Tessa.
Oh, she is cute too.
That's my wife. And then they spent forever on this random game.
She's the cinnamon roll of the group. So then Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which they felt like 25 minutes on Smash Bros.
It took forever, and I did not care.
Well, I am actually very excited for this game.
I am too.
I mean, a lot of people are. I'm just not one of them.
Damn it, Mao. Why do you have to be a nonconformist?
The big thing about the game is they didn't really show a lot of new stuff. But
I mean, they showed new stuff, just not new characters.
Yeah,
because
it has every character from the history of Smash Bros. in the game.
It's not tons of new stuff, to be fair. Like, we don't know.
Well, they reworked like a lot of the characters. They went over like a bunch of changes for each one.
Well, yeah, they reworked some of the things and changed it, but that's really what it's talking about, because he even stated himself, whose name I can't remember.
Sakurai.
Thank you. Sakurai even stated himself that there's not a lot of new things because they've done a lot of changes.
Well, yeah, that's what I would consider changes new.
Yeah. I don't know. If
people were more. They wanted to see like game modes. Was story mode going to come back?
Was story mode going to come back? Or are we going to have the option like the extra different special attacks? Is that gone? Is there any extra modes like the
break the targets
board game? Like the board game and the last game, or if you had the 3DS, you did like the ring stage.
They definitely seem to have spent the most time on getting every character in it and reworking them.
Which I mean, I think is
it's amazing. That's a huge.
It's like 64 characters, 65,
60 something characters.
With
This
Ridley.
is a Dynasty Warriors game roster. That is what that is.
Weirdly, you start with the original roster of 8.
Yeah,
and then you have to work out from there.
You have to work out. Yeah.
Some people like that. Some people don't, because you can't just pop it in at a friend's house and be like, well, I mean, it's the Switch, luckily, so you can, I guess, take it with you.
It's a Switch now.
You can't
I remember fighting games or like renting a fighting game and being like, oh, we have characters we can't unlock.
Yeah, but then there's generally cheat codes that let you just unlock shit and whatnot.
I mean, it depends. Not a lot of
they said they were going to make it easier for you to unlock the characters. Melee was like the most like frustrating one to unlock all the characters.
Yes, Melee actually required work and time.
There was one where it's like you have to play the game for 120 hours in versus mode, and you would just leave your GameCube on all night. But to get like
Yeah,
Mewtwo
the only
or
new
whoever.
one was Inkling, which they kind of already showed when they revealed the
Well,
game.
we knew Inkling was going to come, but it is a new character.
Ridley and
then
Daisy.
Ridley.
Oh,
Daisy
also,
Ridley.
Yeah, Ridley.
Daisy
Daisy
Ridley
is
is-
an Echo.
Yeah, Echo.
Yeah, but
character.
she is a new character though.
She just
For all
she's
intents and
Peach's.
purposes.
It's a
It's-
skin for Peach.
It's a skin, yeah, with some changed attributes and like how their moves.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
like
she is a new. She's
oh,
technically a new
though-
character.
Though, if you on the Twitterverse, it's everyone's in Super Smash Brothers except Waluigi.
Yeah,
There's
Waluigi.
a lot of
He's
memes
still an
for him.
assist trophy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I wanted Lynn to be there too, but she's
Also a trophy.
assist.
I'm sure they're still going to do DLC characters and stuff.
yeah.
There'll probably still even be. I bet there will be like a few more characters they announce before the game comes out.
There will definitely be
It'll-
new characters.
Not a lot.
Do
of
they
new
charge
ones,
for
but,
new characters?
Yeah, it's like $4 or $5 usually for a new
I
character.
would expect most of them like bringing back every character that they've had and then charging for new ones is probably the route. It makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Yep. They shut off. I mean, there was the going over some of the changes real fast. They completely got rid of transformation type
Yep.
smashes. All of them are hits
all of
now.
them are
They're
immediate, right?
Yeah.
Quick, fast, get back to the gameplay.
No more. What's it called? The tank. from-
Landmaster.
Yes, Landmaster.
They got Sonic is no longer you transfer into Super Sonic and then run back and forth. His actually looks really cool though. I mean, it did. His, ironically enough, even though his is not a transformation, it's essentially doing what you did with the Smash anyway, which is just fly back and forth and smack somebody. So now it's just doing it super fast.
Yeah.
They have changed up some of the players' Final Smashes to do a bit more interesting things. Like Zero Suit Samus, I believe she was just on. She would like get onto like a ladder or something and shoot shit off. Or I can't remember how her.
There was
specific
one where you had
worked.
to like aim at players and stuff.
Yeah. But now she's just on top of her ship and she just kind of in her suit and just fires down at you, I guess. So, I mean, like a lot of characters changed. Wario is no longer a transformation. He is. You immediately hit him, turns into Super Wario, and then like beats the crap out of you while posing.
Yep.
I mean, it's just how it's changed for everybody. The characters did get updates to their move sets. We will likely potentially see some rebalancing on characters. It's good to see that the old characters are brought back. We did see a lot of stages, both from old games and new,
Yep. Everyone
that
gets
have
a
been
Battlefield stage
updated,
too.
that have actually been graphically updated.
You also choose
so-
the stage first.
Yes, you choose the stage first, not the player anymore. So they also here is something new. They now have both Omega and Battlefield versions of every map. So
So Final Destination or Battlefield everywhere.
yeah, essentially, as you put like originally Omegas were just Battlefield versions of the map, but now they give not Battlefield Final Destination versions, but now they've got a Battlefield version which has got the 3 platforms on it as well.
Yep.
I will continue to probably ignore those and play on the actual maps because enjoy the crap out of it.
Yep. We get directional air dodging.
Which brings back, I think,
Wave
potentially
dashing
the
is
wave
confirmed.
dash
It's been confirmed by people who played on
who
the
have
floor.
played on the floor. It is back. Oh my god! Wow.
Yeah, which is huge.
However, you can't wave dash like you used to anymore because unfortunately, it seems like every time you do the directional dash, ground or air, it slows you down.
Yeah, it slows you down.
So you can like wave dash maybe a little bit, but you can't wave dashing across the map and back.
There's teching, there's parries.
Yep. Perfect shields.
They're adding a lot of stuff to make it more technical.
Yeah, which means
Surprisingly.
it's pushing it more and more into actual.
They're going in on esports.
Yeah, esports road. So I don't know if that's what Sakurai wants to do or if that's what Nintendo's asking him to do. I legit am surprised by the wave dash. I really thought they just did not want that. That was unintended. They even stated that was an unintended consequence in Melee, and that's why they took it out for both Brawl and the last game. And now it's back.
People like it.
Yeah.
So there you go. They've also added some like easy inputs for stuff. Like you can short hop just by pushing jump and A at the same time instead of having to like quick tap. You can smash by just pushing A and B. There's a few things they're doing for quality of life.
Yep. What was else? There was something else I thought, but it was like one other change in there. But I mean, you can watch the video and they've clearly gone through and they've just updated things, changed things around. I don't know what they're going to do with the future of the game, though, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to see who else is going to come to the roster, because that is something that they do. They bring new characters to the roster.
I bet we'll get like 3 or 4 more new characters.
Probably.
That'll come with the base game. So
yeah, because I mean, they're technically bringing back old characters. We're probably going to see a lot of potential moveset changes for some individuals, or updates to those movesets. I would hope, since they're bringing back wave dashing and a lot of things that are more technical, I would hope that they're bringing back movesets and then giving them more overlook.
Ganon has a sword now.
Yeah.
Yep, and comes out December 7th, 2018. I wasn't sure it was going to come out this year, so that's a pleasant surprise.
Seems pretty quick.
I mean, but if they're just like basically, for the most part, putting all the old characters in, it makes sense why they can get it out so quick, kind of.
Yeah, it's probably still running on the previous Smash engine, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. It'll get played the crap out of at my house. So
I'm hoping we'll see a story mode for it, though, because the story mode was really fun.
It was cool. It was very cute and Brawl.
It was very cute. It added a lot of life to the game, and I'm really hoping that they kind of do that again.
Yeah. So that's it. Other than random side games, which there's none I really want to talk about.
Nothing I really
probably should talk about the best game ever,
Shaq Fu.
Yeah. We got there.
Space Hunk.
That's
what we call Space Hulk around here. Space Hunk. Lots of Yakuza ports or remakes and stuff.
Yeah.
On PC now. Finally, I saw people talking about that. Yep. Looks like we got some anime games. So, what'd you guys think of?
Senran Kagura is getting another addition for those of you who love that kind of thing.
Yeah. So what'd you guys think of E3 as a whole? What was your favorite conference? Least favorite? What games are you looking the most forward to?
I gotta say, I don't really think there was any conference that really blew out of the water for me, because I mean,
I think we're past peak E3 for this generation.
Yeah. Last year,
everyone's
going to
be on the down low. People are going to start announcing next gen games.
Yeah, we're getting towards next gen, so
the psych systems and stuff.
We do know like the next gen is probably coming out for 3 years, but considering development cycles and whatnot.
Well, I mean, Xbox said they're coming. They are announced they're coming out 2020. So next year is when they're going to reveal it. I'm sure.
Oh wow! Sony didn't say anything about it until I think.
No,
Sony will be 2021 probably.
Yeah,
possibly. It'll be weird.
It's kind of nice to see them, I guess, quote unquote, getting past like the whole putting out the new console at the same time. But it's going to be really weird for developers, because that makes it actually very hard for development.
Well, I mean, I think that and the Switch will be dealing with the Switch is probably going to throw them off the most.
Yeah.
But people are seeming not to have a hard time bringing stuff over to the Switch, so...
Yeah, but I mean, now they'll have even stronger consoles, so the parity will be larger.
Yep.
Between them, but...
Yeah. The highlight for me was, honestly, all the Samurai games. Neo 2, Sekiro, and Ghost of Sushi Man, I am looking forward to very much.
Yeah, and you don't have to riot.
Yeah, I don't have to ride in the streets, because Devil May Cry 5, baby.
I mean, my favorite was Sony, probably, because I just like the stuff they're putting out. And outside of the pointlessness that was Square, my disappointment was probably Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because I was, I don't know, I was just like, I have my Switch, I want more games for it, and then I'm just reminded I don't really like Nintendo games. Except, like, I knew I wanted Fire Emblem, and then the Dame X Machina looks cool, but like, just the kind of games they make is just not what I want to play. It just reminded me. Also, I didn't get any weird, like, silly stuff with like Reggie and whatnot. Like, there was no weird anime fighting.
Yeah, there was,
and like no robot chicken skits or.
I was like, come on,
what the hell, Nintendo?
Nintendo, you dropped the ball this year.
They gave us a direct.
Entertaining.
You
were supposed to be the light in the darkness, Nintendo. You were supposed to bring balance to the E3.
To the farce.
Not destroy it.
Yeah, like I said, I think Microsoft was my favorite. Just if it might not have been if Sekiro had not been in there.
Yeah, I mean, again, I want all the Samurai games, and then basically everything Sony's doing, just about.
I lost it
are
when I
my
saw the Sekiro trailer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Sony games I want to play.
Also, weirdly,
I just thought their conference wasn't good.
I mean, the start was weird. The venue change thing should not have happened. But
Yeah.
That was a bad idea.
It was lots of stalling.
Also the live action they should just, or the live music needs to go away.
It needed to be at least a half hour shorter,
or
Stop
at least
that.
like at the start and maybe end or something, but not like all the interludes they did.
Presentation wise, I think theirs was like my least favorite, honestly.
Yeah.
Just because it dragged on so much.
They gotta like these live bands and whatnot.
Maybe
that they
EA was
bring.
worse.
I really wish
Yeah,
they
I
would
mean, I
stop
think EA
bringing
was
live bands
worse.
to all these things. It feels so jarring to have
then-
this conference about games, and then you've got music playing in between
Well,
like sessions and whatnot. I'm like,
Was
why?
it last year or two? It might have been 2 years ago. Well, I don't know. Like when they had the orchestra playing along with like the God.
Oh,
of
that
War
was
stuff,
great.
That
made
was
sense.
great though, but that
Do
made
more like
sense.
that.
Yeah,
Yes, that was fine because it made sense for what they
That's
were
what
I
they
doing.
mean, the
should-
guy in the guy in the shakuhachi was just went on for too long.
yeah.
Yes.
And then, although, what was the other?
Bethesda
the
should have did
One was
that
the
with
banjo.
Andrew
was
W.
kinda
Page.
cool. I like
Banjo.
that. But, I mean, I enjoyed that, but that's me. Did
I
Square
like-
Enix even have like a conference, or was it just?
No, it was a
No,
video.
it was like a
literally
direct.
very-
Oh,
it was
okay.
direct type thing.
Yeah, that was like. I mean, there was no presentation there,
No.
and then EA's. I mean, was just it bored me the most, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty more. We didn't get a guy up there memeing like we did last year.
Yeah,
So,
and then I mean, Xbox had a lot of nice trailers, but I mean, don't think they really did much on the stage. I mean, Phil, I guess, talked. I mean, like with the Game Pass and stuff would come out.
yeah.
I mean,
It was the strength of the trailers for me that elevated
Yeah.
it.
I think that's probably like what it comes down to is that Xbox personally to me, even if they didn't have, although it's hard to say because the PC gaming had the best presenters.
Yeah, they had the best
But-
presentation, I guess.
But Xbox was just in the right moment at the right time. They had a lot of the games
Yeah.
that were coming out that were showing for everybody.
They
not
just
just
showed
for
a
them.
bunch of third-party stuff. It's like
Yeah.
nothing that made me want to get an Xbox though.
No.
No, nothing that makes you want to get an Xbox, but it's hard to beat the
The games that were shown.
Yes, because you have so
Right.
many of them
But
that
I
have been
mean,
shown,
they
and
just
it was
did
up
not-
front.
They basically didn't do what they're probably there to do, which is sell you on Xbox.
Oh, I know.
Absolutely.
I'm just judging it off what I saw.
Right.
And I was the most entertained through the Xbox one.
I will state this, and this is kind of sneaky, but I believe I saw this once or twice where when they showed the game and the trailer for it, and it shows like what it's going to be on for, it didn't include PS4.
Oh yeah, no one knew like that if Vesperia was actually coming out on anything but Xbox.
Exactly.
Yes, and
Which
so
is kind
there was
of
some very
annoying,
underhandedly sneaky. So I'm guessing that's how they tried to get away with it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I would say
just-
them and Ubisoft were my two favorites.
I mean, Ubisoft has just been like a solid B for like
Pretty
like
much.
the past couple years. Like they just have gotten to the point to where like they're just like pretty good. Like like nothing like they're not my favorite dev or anything, but they're like always pretty solid.
Yeah.
yep.
I like what they're doing these days.
Yeah.
Like they used to be really bad, but they've definitely turned it around.
Yeah, the games I'm most looking forward to are Sekiro.
Yeah, basically all the
Sekiro,
samurai games.
Smash I'm looking forward to, Death Stranding just to see what the hell the game's about. So those are like my top three.
Yeah.
I think like hype wise there wasn't as big like hype reveals as previous E3s, but I thought like the quality of the games overall was actually one of the better ones
Yeah.
I can remember. There's a lot of stuff I'm excited to play here. And a lot of the times there's a lot of stuff that I'm just like, on E3.
I mean, a lot of it's like there's going to be a lot coming out in 19, basically,
Yeah.
or like they're front loading it again, which is kind of annoying. But
Mhm.
like, I
Basically
don't-
from
it's just
like
what do I get?
where we are now to like basically fall of next year is going to be ridiculous.
See, I think I'm only getting probably Octopath, and then in September there's Dragon Quest, and then I can't really remember what's after that. But like, I don't really have a lot for the rest of this year. I think,
Yeah.
on my plate.
I've got a good bit. So I know Octopath, Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I can't technically count Kingdom Hearts 3.
I'm not sure if I'm getting Spider-Man this year. I guess
Yeah.
is the thing. It's a game I'm getting probably eventually, but there's just
Xenoblade, Overcooked, Uh,
I don't know how long it's going to take me to play through Dragon Quest. I guess.
yeah,
also.
DQ11.
So,
I'm sure I'll power through that. Let's see. For Honor, I want to play Assassin's Creed. I'm going to play.
Assassin's Creed could be something I end up picking up. Assassin's Creed and Spider-Man are probably like 80%, and then Code Vein. That was the other one.
Code Vein, yeah.
I'm probably going to get that.
Yeah, so
almost certainly.
There's lots of stuff I'm excited about. So
less than 1 month for me though, which I remember in 17 it was.
17 was loaded.
Yeah, 17 was just spoiled us.
19 could be there.
Yeah,
we'll see. So yeah, that was
a little
E3.
over 2 hours, right?
Yeah, a little bit over 2 hours. So I think last one was like 2 hours and 45 minutes last year. So we blew through it this year.
Woo!
all right.
And we'll be back. This episode will be out. You're probably gonna hear it the day after we record. I'm gonna try to get it out tomorrow, and which is Wednesday. And I think we'll be off. We're not gonna record Thursday. We'll be off for next week then, and then
So
be back
another
the
gap.
week after that.
Another gap, yeah.
Basically. This is E3 ruins everything, but it makes everything better too. We're not
Damn,
doing the
E3.
2 episodes in 2 weeks thing again.
Oh no, God, please don't.
So, but all right. Until then, this has been episode 55 of Podcast of Five Rings, your source of enlightenment in the realm of video games, tabletop, anime, film, and tech. Each episode of Podcast of Five Rings releases Monday mornings on iTunes and SoundCloud, and topic by topic, day by day on YouTube, with the full video releasing on Friday. Check us out on Twitter, Podcast5R, Facebook, P5R Podcast. Check out the streams, twitch.tv/PSOFlow, and Podcast of Five Rings. Yeah. So I hope everyone enjoyed E3. Enjoy the games that are going to be coming out soon. Enjoy the games you're currently playing. Let's not have supreme backlogs like I had a year ago that I've got a good chunk of the way through.
Play Nier.
Yeah, Nier is like one of the last ones on there. So, all right. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.
Later.
Later.